Can you see me now? We are live and back on the scene of Market Street in front of garbage bigot and leader of the human revolution, what's-his-face, whose name was forgotten by me and will subsequently be forgotten by history books when his garbage movement fails. However, he'll be remembered by a small group of genetically pure assholes on the internet for many generations and centuries to come. We could not shoot him with the taser because when I tried it said just because his political beliefs are different than yours you shouldn't shoot him, and I felt shamed and persecuted because it was true, but I just felt like it was telling me that I was a murderous SJW who was worse than blah 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 blah. So let's try to get in the Christmas spirit by getting some freaking Hassie, and if any of you guys can make a drink request from the list, I would love that. I would love a classy Hassie. Customer? Everyone loves Hassie. Looks like they've got a hoisin' Hassie.
I haven't seen you around here before.
Oh, the live chat is not working on the screen. Can you tell?
Is there something I can help you with?
Gossip about Charlie Nova? I heard Charlie Nova hangs out around here sometimes.
Another one of his fans, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he comes here sometimes. I don't really get why everyone likes him so much.
It's his hair, and it's Sympathy's production. What's your issue with him?
Well, I have a picture from this time he flipped off a box of kittens.
This seems useful.
Somebody brought them to try to give away, and one of them scratched him up.
That's perfect.
He ended up taking it home, but he really hammed it up about getting scratched.
Oh, he took it home.
Calling him, I think it was Captain Snuggles?
He took it home and he named it Captain Snuggles. I don't want to blackmail Charlie Nova. I just want to get the mission. This is important. I'm gonna try to get that chat window back because you guys deserve representation. I shouldn't shoot someone with a laser gun, but I'm not comfortable with his platform. Get me the chat box. This cat is being so funny. She's such a funny cat. I love her so much. So much. Oh, you guys are behind. I was just where you are. Okay, pop out the chat. Shut this down. And we're live. Captain Snuggles.
It was pretty funny, actually. I'll send your ROM a picture.
Excellent.
This is pretty innocuous.
Yes, it is.
We are going to need more evidence if we're to fabricate a believable story that will convince Mr. Nova it's in his best interest to help us.
I can't use that. Like, if somebody tried to blackmail me from having flipped off the cat that you guys have been hearing intermittently screech in the background, like, they would just be trying to make true love something ugly. Like, of course I call her a little shit and flip her off all the time because she's a cat. But also, like, I brush her and scratch her ears and feed her just the right amount so that she doesn't get sick and make sure that she feels safe and warm all the time. I'm not blackmailing a guy with his love for a cat. Keith?
Oh, hey, it's you! Wow, long time!
Sure has been.
Who's this?
This is Keith, an old buddy of mine.
Hey, not too old now. Did you manage to keep that plant I got you alive?
Actually, yes. Totally.
Really? Nice job. I didn't expect it to last a month.
Why would you give a plant to a person like me if you didn't expect it to last a month? You are morally questionable, Keith. Let's make my face bigger and the chat bigger, huh? I want it to fill up this corner so it's not just awkward and weird. Perfect. Oh. Double perfect.
It's great to see you, though. Sorta surreal, too. You're never around on social sites or anything, you know. I bet you didn't see any of the pictures I put up from my last climbing trip in Colorado.
I sure didn't, but I have seen a lot of pictures of natural sunrises before, so while I care about you and I'm really glad that you have this wholesome and enriching, personally empowering hobby, I'm cool with having not seen the pictures. I'm sure that they're amazing. Not quite my bag.
For a tech journalist, you do have pretty poor net presence.
I can't deny that.
That's what I said.
Okay, let's gang up on me. I'm ganging up on me too.
Figures. So, what's with the bot?
This is Turing. That's Turing, my ROM.
Yours? Really? Huh. I didn't think you liked to bring work home, as it were.
You should see my headphones.
Anyway, it's great to see you. What brings you to the Hassie Bar? Doing a review of that sweet weather ROM outside or something?
We're actually here on an investigation.
All right, now that's the kind of journalism I'm talking about.
Thank you for appreciating me, Keith.
Indeed, we're looking into some accusations made against Charlie Nova. And we're actually trying to build up a solid case against him.
Wait a minute, if we had really thought the Totoro thing through, we would have ended on the grim note. No, we're gonna get all grimmed and then we're gonna persevere.
No shit. I actually may have exactly what you need.
Keith!
Charlie comes here all the time. You know that show he's host of, Star in the Stratosphere?
I do. Vaguely.
That show where normal people try to become actors and singers and all.
Yes.
Listen to this recording I made when he was here last month on his book tour.
So many people come up to me thinking that if they can sing or act, I'll just make them a superstar. But that isn't how it works. Raw talent isn't enough to get you by in this industry, and anyone who thinks so is lying to themselves.
I can see where this could be edited.
It takes hard work and persistence. You gotta want it, and want it bad.
He's so wholesome. I hate blackmailing someone so wholesome.
But the kids I get on Star in the Stratosphere, which I host each and every week, as you all know, they're all so young and hungry. I love them. I do my damnedest to make sure they get what they want.
He's such a good dude.
They give me their best, so I'm gonna give them mine.
It's not much, and it might help you build a case if you chop it up right. Just keep my name off it. I post hiking pictures, not scandals.
I guess I am in the market for something you got, though.
Well, if nothing else, the threat of this dropping on the mess should get them talking. Here, I just made a copy for you.
Thank you, Keith. I guess I'll take...
Anyway, I'd love to catch up soon. For now, I'll let you keep at it. You can usually find me here if you want to chat again.
I will ask you about your hiking adventures because I care about you. Thanks, Keith. Later.
Say, why did you tell Keith that I belong to you?
Oh no, this conversation. It's easier based on how people normally interact with their ROMs because most of them aren't sapient like you are. But I know that you're more than that. You're more my partner. It's more convenient that way during investigations.
Very fair. You may continue to run with that as your story with those who don't or shouldn't know the truth about me.
Thank you for understanding. I really don't mean to disrespect you.
Anyway.
This is a nice Christmas tree. Is this even a real tree? They can really make convincing plastic trees these days. Those damn headphones. Traditional Christmas fair plays interspersed with the occasional modern holiday party sign. What happens if I shoot the tree with my taser? You really shouldn't be allowed to carry that. Fair point. Hi, Ramona. I love you. Because you're wonderful and kind and passionate. I was hoping you had some time to talk.
Sure. I still have a little bit before closing, and I can use some conversation to distract me from the anticipation of the VR drama I have waiting for me when I get off. What do you want to know?
Didn't Charlie Nova do the promos for this place?
Charlie is a complete trip. We met when he was just starting out doing adverts. He still drops in every once in a while to hang out. I love the guy. He's super funny, always has the best stories, and his hair is perfect.
That's how I want people to describe me.
And he parties harder than anyone I know.
That used to be me. Not no more. Now I just hang out with cats. It's a healthier life.
A couple weeks ago, he invited me to his rave at some hole that's probably already shut down, and he got so amped up on Crash that he jumped up on the table and hosted an impromptu dirty dancing
What do
contest.
you do when you're messed up?
I swear, if he was in Charlie Nova, we would have gotten chucked out on our asses. But it was a lot of fun.
I like that this VR nerd gets to hang out with this, like, famous, super wholesome celebrity. Some parts of this universe really make my heart feel warm.
If you want to meet him, just hang around here long enough.
Feels like a Hassie hot cup in my heart.
He loves mingling with his fans. Not that it helps his ego any.
There is some of that, yeah. Can you tell me about VR technology?
You don't have internal hookups, do you? The older sets are all helmets that use electromagnetic waves to stimulate the neural pathways in your brain to induce the desired sensory input.
Sounds heavy. Like physically.
It's pretty crude though, which is why EM hats give you that dreamlike experience. It doesn't quite feel real.
So you're like jacked in.
The direct link network has way higher fidelity. It's like actually being there.
So what's it like?
And since the direct link can interrupt your primary motor cortex, you don't have to take muscle relaxers to keep from flailing around.
That does sound like a benefit. But it's a pretty big surgery to attach right to my brain. I'd be nervous.
But some people are still scared off by it.
Oh yeah, that's me. But, I mean, it might be really cool. I would have to try out some VR dramas first. What makes people nervous?
Well, it's pretty invasive.
The brain thing.
They inject this smart polymer into the base of your skull, right at the brainstem, and it crawls along your primary neural pathways and bonds to your major sensory centers.
I mean, it sounds terrifying, but also really rewarding.
It's been safe for almost a decade, but a lot of folks are still pretty skeeved out by the idea of having a bunch of conductive plastic coating in the inside of their brains.
I don't think that drilling the holes directly into your spine is going to have as much of an effect as the brainstem.
Plus, for the 24 hours or so that is hooking everything up and self-calibrating, you start to have intense hallucinations because of all the electrical crosswiring.
Honestly, that sounds awesome.
It's a trip, I'll tell you that. But no worse than the stuff people have been taking for millennia. Watching the world melt.
I will consider it, Ramona. I would like to open up that whole new world of VRs. Welcome back, Chris. Get me the jacks, take me there.
Anyway, if you're looking to get installed, I have a guy who does great work.
Good to know.
Just let me know.
Thank you, Ramona. What's the VR drama about?
Oh, it's an ongoing drama called Magical Commander Yukino. Yukino at the gates to the deep.
I love asking people about what they're passionate about.
In it, you play the magical girl Yukino as she fights off elder gods as they arise from the ocean.
Sick.
It's a bit cliched and just about as silly as you would expect, but it includes some really interesting intersection between the Japanese magical girl trope and the American Cthulhu mythos.
That sounds awesome. I can see why you're so into it.
All with a pseudo-military theme.
Awesome!
In the newest episode, Yukino has to face off against the Yit as they try to inhabit the bodies of people in the present to escape their destruction in the past.
That seems like it has a lot of potential for a lot of feelings. How does a VR drama work? Is it like a video game?
Not really. Video games are about winning and manipulating the mechanics of the system to get ahead, right?
I think that that's a pretty narrow-minded view of video gaming for somebody who is so invested in an often stigmatized medium, but sure.
Dramas are more about inhabiting the role of the character.
Ramona, we're gonna have to talk sometime when I'm not in so much of a hurry.
There are rules, but they're mostly mostly about behaving consistently in the fictional world. It's a bit like being an improv theater, except if you get too far out of your character, the system boots you out and you have to start the episode over. Everyone experiences the drama a little differently, but it stays broadly consistent because you have to maintain the behavior of the character you're inhabiting. It requires you to really get inside the head of another person.
That's pretty cool.
I like it better than VR games, but that's just me.
So would this be a video drama by Ramona's categorization? Sounds exciting. Maybe I'll look it up.
It's the best! Super awesome! If you need any other suggestions, just let me know.
I will come here for my Hassies and I will watch VR dramas on the couch.
I've played through a little bit of everything. I'm sure I can find something you'd like.
Oh, I bet you could.
Maybe a detective drama.
Oh, you know me so well.
Anyway.
Thank you for your time. It's always a delight talking to you, Ramona.
Sure. Just let me know if you need anything. I'm always happy to help.
Thank you so much. This should be enough to get his attention.
Frankly, I'm starting to feel a bit uneasy about this. Mr. Nova's clearly an upstanding individual, if just a bit boisterous.
I'm 100% with you, Turing, but this is important. People are dying.
But I suppose if we're in for a penny, we're in for a pound.
What happened to Zim could happen to Sympathy or Charlie himself.
This should be more than enough anecdotal evidence to fabricate a less than flattering image of Mr. Nova that the public will eat right up. Let us present our story to him immediately.
Bummer days.
Hopefully our delay has not put him in physical danger.
On the way. Hi, Nina.
Hey, you two!
What's up, Sympathy?
I think I'm gonna have to let security know that you're not allowed back in the building.
Okay, but hold on. I've got some stuff that might change your mind about teaming up.
Doubtful. But let's hear it. Never let it be said I didn't give someone a chance to dig their own grave.
I bet the world would love to hear such an inspiring pep talk.
Ha! You're just grasping at straws.
But with editing...
This speech was truly a beacon of light for the entire entertainment community.
I mean, it seems that way now, and I agree in my heart.
There's no way an original sermon like that is going to convince anyone that I'm a bad guy.
Okay, but...
Well, with some creative editing. Anyway, this is just pathetic. This is really your best attempt at blackmailing us?
Yes. Not much of an... Has Charlie been having partying problems? Look at this.
So what? I like to show people a good time.
I know.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I know.
Damn it, I told you to get off the crash, Charlie. Shit like this keeps coming up.
I did. And besides, I wasn't doing anything illegal.
Whatever, this is still nothing but hot air. You need to step up your game, kid.
I wish I didn't have to choose this, but there's no way out of the dialogue tree. Not much of an animal lover, are you, Charlie?
Hey, that's completely out of context.
I know.
And I love Captain Snuggles.
I know. I want to see pictures of Captain Snuggles.
Sure, we didn't get off to a good start, but he's a great cat. The best.
Charlie really loves Captain Snuggles.
Charlie, flipping off a kitten? Why? You go public with this flimsy smear piece, I'm gonna tear you apart.
Oh, enough, enough! I'm not cut out for this cloak and dagger game, Sympathy. What's the big deal anyway? It's not like they've got anything substantial to use. I might as well give them what they want, so they'll go away.
Tell them whatever you want.
Yay.
And I'll be taking that evidence.
Okay. Look at Sympathy's
You
freaking
didn't
hair.
have to do all of this. I would have helped if you had just asked.
I kept asking.
But it's always push and dig and needle, isn't it?
Yes, I'm sorry.
I'm not a journalist. I'm just an anchor. I read off a teleprompter and look good doing it.
You do.
I don't have much to offer you, but here's what I know.
What do you know?
Trust me, I'd love to lay down some earth-shattering pronouncement and dazzle you with my investigative skills, but all I've got is flimsy threads at best.
That's fine. Whatever you have is more than I have now.
The thing is, all this stuff with my stories, stuff getting changed, making me look like I don't like the human revolution or whatever.
I mean, you don't, right?
It started after I had an upgrade made to my VR uplink hardware.
Uh-oh. What kind of upgrade?
The technically legal kind.
Cool. Oh, these are probably like BTL chips, better than life.
Look, I like to have a good time at a party, right?
Yes.
But sympathy keeps hammering on me for pounding back too much crash and whatnot.
I mean, it's probably not good for your skin or your nasal passages.
Nothing illegal, but she says it makes me look like shit on camera the next day.
That's probably true.
So I went to this guy I know. Good guy. Everyone uses him. He's called Nanya.
Nanya, like Nanya Business, Charlie?
He does great work. After just one simple back alley brain surgery, bing bang boom.
Nice.
I can use an app to make my VR uplink have the same effect on my brain that the stims do, without all the nasty physical side effects.
That is like BTLs, and that's fantastic. Yeah, I am gonna get one of those links.
It could be a coincidence, though. The tech guys didn't find anything wrong with my uplink, and they say the modifications check out.
Interesting. Good for you. Dinner is important. Please take care of your body, because that takes care of your heart.
But that Nanya guy does a lot of work for media people around here. So if a bunch of posts are getting changed, maybe that's your weak link.
I think it might be. Thank you so much, Charlie. Chris, you should put an egg in your ramen. Like, once the water boils, crack an egg into the ramen. It'll be super good.
Anyway, that's it. Pretty flimsy, but I'll send you the address and you can go talk to him.
Thanks. I'm on my way. Maybe I can get some work done while I'm out.
If he'll even see you, that is.
Thanks for the help.
Well, we took far too long to get to it, but I'm quite happy to assist in any way that I can.
My face is sore from doing this shit-eating grin.
Just make sure you source me in your article, right?
Charlie, I will let you break it. I just want everyone to be safe.
Maybe run a rough draft past me and I'll give you some quotes.
Whatever you want, and a photo of your handsome, helpful mug.
I'm certain that'll help signal boost the story all the way to the stratosphere.
Oh, Chris, it's gonna change your life.
Give it the old Charlie Nova bump.
Charlie Nova likes them bumps. That crash problem.
Maybe we can smooth out all this silliness between us.
I hope so. I'm sorry you don't like us so much.
Anyhow, I really have to get back to work.
Okay, bye.
Let me know how it goes with the murderous hacker thing. My ROM will call your ROM.
I want to see your ROM. Oh, Sympathy, you're so cool. Talent show host. Look, it's June Valmarana from OK Today. Oh, we can see all the fames. A film assistant of some kind taking a break. Nina! It's Nina, the fidgety hybrid receptionist for TMI. Alright, let's go to a seedy back alley that appears to be in the Crocker Glamazon?
This looks like the spot.
It does. It's those wrestlers.
I'm awfully nervous and still a bit shaken up. Let's hurry and get out of here.
Okay, Turing. Oh, rubbish. A mess of wet paper and rotten food sits sloppily stuck to the ground. Tough boy graffiti, that's cute. Tough boy is scribbled shoddily on the building in spray paint. It's not very illustrative. Isn't there a phrase people say when they see this?
Omae wa mo shinderu.
I am sure that this is a reference to a thing that I don't understand. That's the one. Chris, I'm gonna need you to parse that out. That seems like your alley. Box of donuts? Box of stale-looking donuts sits on the ground. Take old donuts.
Wait, those are... sure, why not? We're already carrying spoiled milk.
Turing accepts our idiosyncrasies. Junks!
This is genius. The contrast of the art's colors to the walls. The way the letters stretch out. Not to mention the accented punctuation amplifying the outcry. Who are the junks, and to whom are they unworthy?
Oh, Turing. You're parsing the, like, omae wa shinderu.
It truly invokes the question, are we not all just machines? I mean, for you it does, presumably.
Make me something somebody can use. John K. Sampson, whenever Reunion Core came out, maybe 2008. The only question it makes you ask is, where's the nearest laser racer? Let's not tell Turing. An industrial-sized air conditioner rattles near the window. A few strips of paper flap around its vents. Hey, it's Night Witch! This wrestler is the powerhouse in the Neo-SF Wrestling Federation's hot new stable, the Violent Witches. According to the Mesh, they're a group of highly ranked wrestlers who form up some sort of battalion. And Cactus Canary, a defiant young wrestler, is leaning up against the brick wall. What's up, Cactus Canary?
Our aerodynamic assault will rain down on you from the heavenly skies!
That's amazing!
One day, I'll conquer everyone else in the Neo-SF Wrestling Federation and become the NSFW World Heavyweight Championship!
NSFW.
Champion! I mean, champion. Until then, I'm a Violent Wing for life! Yeah!
Wrestlers are fun.
Yeah!
Oh, that's a slightly different yeehaw. Oh, copy.
My name has some pretty cool history behind it. We're some badass ladies who'll bomb hellfire on anyone.
That is a pretty cool history.
You should come to our New Year's show. NSFW New Year's Smash! There's nothing better than seeing one of our patented bombs away finishers in person.
I would love to. I'll see you there. If we're alive.
We're gonna win back those NSFW Neverweight 5-person Cinco's titles from the future Foundry. Arson, Leon, and the Blazer Brothers? Really? Weak champs, if you ask me.
I love these wrestlers' attitudes.
Thanks for being a fan of the Violent Wing.
Anytime, girl.
My name has some pretty cool history behind it.
A thick grate covers the window, making it look like the outside of a prison cell. Fun fact, in like 80% of my dreams, I am in prison. Presumably for a long time. Sometimes I escape, sometimes I don't. My anonymous future wife is never in prison, but she's always my anonymous future wife. Even in my dreams. Look at Nunya Business's door, yeah.
I think this is the place, but of course it lacks any appropriate signage.
That sounds correct.
Frankly, the state of this industry and the current political climate don't give me much hope for my own legal status. When word inevitably gets out about me.
Policy can be dark and dehumanizing, Turing, but I will support you. I mean, I know that's not much, I'm just one weird journalist, but we'll try. Interesting.
Regulation regarding cybernetic implants is a massive intersection between medical and tech industries.
Maybe Michelle and I can be in prison together one day.
I'm rather surprised the Human Protection Act was even passed, but
Human Protection Act?
I suppose the possibility of hybrid genetics being passed on to offspring meant there was a considerable push from biotech companies due to patent law, and the laws about cybernetics got tacked on.
Oh my god. That's why hybrid genetics are regulated, because it reduces profit from the companies. Of course. Oh my god.
Never mind. I'm just ranting. This entire investigation has been frustrating.
I know, sweetheart.
Let's get in there and get this over with.
Okay.
Hold up there, Speedy.
Me?
I've never seen the two of you around here before.
Oh
and
my
I
god.
know everybody.
It's like a fusion of Steven Universe and Buck.
Why don't you let me know what's going on here first before you start barging through people's doors? Feel me?
I want hot gossip, and I think I also want a neural link, but maybe in a few days, because I don't have time to hallucinate for 24 hours right now.
Hello?
Cute.
We're just here to speak to Nanya about something.
Just got into town and you're already asking favors from folks, huh?
As far as you know, we want to spend money.
Tisk, tisk, my little blue friend.
What? No, it's not like that.
It's really not.
Listen, we don't want any trouble, but we're kind of in a hurry.
Trouble? There's no trouble here. We can be friends.
I can't analyze your vocal tone, and that makes me nervous. For what price?
I like this one. You're a little more street smart than your blue bot buddy here, I see.
I mean, I've been conscious for longer.
No, I like you too. You're cool in my book.
That's good to hear, because you look really cool and you have a cool voice.
And since we're all such good friends now,
We kind of are. What are you going to ask us?
maybe you'll be willing to give back to the community and do a favor for your new pal Formula first.
Formula is a really good name. I don't have to ask what kind of a name it is. It's an amazing name. What kind of favor?
You see, I'm a budding street musician,
Oh no, my mortal enemy, street musicians.
working on my next big hit. Feel me?
Street musicians do not have hits, Formula.
But I'm sort of stuck on a few lines. I just gotta get these last few rhymes right.
If this is what gets me further in the investigation, I will collaborate with my long-standing enemy, the street musician. As long as I get to complain about it first. Not even Spotify rappers. Eric, go to Market Street. There are going to be a million rappers who are like, this is real Bay Area rap, and they're right, it is. But like, it's not a Spotify thing. It's like they're making their album covers and printing their CDs at FedEx and then selling them for $20 out and about. They're not my enemies. I like them. My enemies are the bucket drummer and the other bucket drummers. I hate bucket drummers, but now I associate all street musicians with bucket drummers, and they are my enemies. I'm not mad about Spotify rappers or SoundCloud rappers. I don't know why people are so up in arms about that. Like, people are trying at a craft, and maybe it's not up to snuff because they're just trying for the first time and they put it out too soon. And like, maybe they're opportunistic in a way that gets too many of their messages across at one time, but like, I think that people should try that stuff. Maybe I'm missing some context. In any case, let's help out Formula.
Maybe you could share a little of your creativity with me and see what we come up with.
I am so down to collab with you.
And it'll be fun.
Now that I've remembered that you're not a bucket drummer, so you're not my enemy. You're absolutely right. It totally is. Maybe we could try to help you out a little.
Are you sure about this?
Turing,
You know how important this has become.
thank you, Eric. Turing, have you noticed that everything we do is like a stupid, bouncing, accidental way into success? This can't be too much different.
Time is of the essence.
I know.
You don't have time to not help me.
That's true.
Huh?
What do you think would take longer? Helping an up-and-coming singer-songwriter finish a guaranteed worldwide hit? Or you could ignore me and maybe I'll send over an anonymous tip to the Neo SFPD. You see, I know for a fact that everything inside this shop here is 100% legal. But I bet whatever you got in your mind sure ain't.
I like that the reason that Formula is exploiting us is specifically for lyrics and creativity. Like, not for money, violence, power, anything. Just, like, help me with my song. Yeah, do 2 eggs. It's gonna be awesome.
Even if they didn't find anything, it'd take the rest of the day to iron out.
You are right.
People like you don't come down here for anything boring. We clean up good. How well do you cover your tracks when you're in such a hurry, I wonder?
I love Formula.
This isn't good. If Lexi in particular gets suspicious and starts tracking us down, things will become rougher for us.
I too want Lexi on our side. We got this,
Not to
Turing.
mention all the other people it could indirectly affect.
Turing, you gotta chill. I've got this.
This whole case is life or death.
Huh. Kind of a dramatic rhyme, eh?
We got a lot going on.
But I made my point clear. If you don't help me out, I'll make sure you never get in to see Nanya at all.
Let's do this thing, Formula.
He's my buddy. Done me a favor or two, so I return him when I'm asked. That's how we do things around here.
Fine, we'll help you finish your damn song.
I knew you'd see it my way.
I saw it your way from the beginning. Both of you were just whiny babies about it for like 5 minutes.
All you gotta do is help me complete my rhymes, you dig?
I feel ya.
A couple of them are just missing a word or two, but if I really want to make this song fantastic, I'm gonna need some killer inspiration.
I can do that.
It's gonna be super cred.
Super cred. I like that.
Anyway, you ready for this?
So ready. Let's do it.
Gonna give it a shot?
Yeah.
That's what I like to hear. Here's the first line I'm having trouble with. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite season, only comes once a year. I'll show you the true meaning of, hang on a second.
My holiday cheer.
It's my favorite season, only comes once a year. I'll show you the true meaning of my holiday cheer. Hey, yeah, that totally works.
Told you I gotcha. Told you guys didn't have to
Great
worry.
idea, thanks a ton.
Of course.
Here's the next line. Ready? Pay attention now.
Okay, I'm here.
If you bring mistletoe, you knock me off my guard. And if you want my number, You know, for this one, I don't think words are gonna be enough.
Off my guard.
I'm gonna need some inspiration to make it come together. If you've got anything to show me that you think will help me out, let me know.
ID card? Business card.
If you bring mistletoe, you knock me off my guard. But if you want my number, I'll give you my business card.
Yeah.
Hey, that totally works. Really, thanks so much. I'd never be able to write a song like this without you.
Thank you. I'm so happy to help.
A Christmas-themed love song?
Turn people like those.
Aren't those supposed to be pretty tacky?
They're completely tacky, but they activate something sincere in us because we can't keep up our layers of defense in the face of something so relentlessly, I guess, openly corny.
All right, now I need your help with just one more line. I promise it's the last one.
What is it?
This one's been driving me up a wall. I hope you can tackle it as well as you did the others.
I got this.
Ready? Here we go.
Okay.
This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a nice pair of, damn it.
Those damn headphones.
This is getting embarrassing. There's no way to salvage this one without some seriously fresh inspiration, yo.
I really enjoy this joke.
Don't lose hope. I'm sure it'll hit us any second now.
Focus in, everybody. It's a good joke. Those damn headphones.
This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a pair of GX Ultra beats. That doesn't rhyme.
It's a really good joke, you guys.
Oh man, you totally threw off my style with that one.
Okay, let's try again.
I'm gonna keep thinking, but let me know if you come up with anything new.
Haven't you ever rapped before?
Turing, don't be rude. What about old donuts? Or a brochure for the human revolution?
This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a pair of pamphlets. That doesn't rhyme.
Oh.
Oh man.
Sorry about it.
I'm gonna keep thinking.
Do you even know how to rap?
Turing, don't be rude. A janky box of donuts.
This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a pair of yummy Christmas scones.
What a good song.
He does know those are donuts, right?
Please let it go, Turing. We have bigger fish to fry.
Now that's what I call a tasty beat.
Ha!
That was amazing. I can't believe you pulled it off. Whatever you do for work now, it doesn't matter. You should become a musician.
Coming from you, that means something.
We totally become rivals, and I bet you that...
I love having rivals.
On second thought, you keep your day job. This is my territory. You feel me?
I feel you.
But you did help out in a huge way, so I guess you're cool.
I'm glad you think so, Formula.
Go on in and see Nanya whenever you want. I'll just be chilling out here, soaking up the inspiration of my surroundings, baby.
Live your truth, Formula.
Here, you can keep the scones. It was nice meeting you, Formula.
Turing, you need to learn to accept people from walks of life other than your own.
Hey, you too, little Bob.
Little Bob Blue!
Hey, that kinda rhymes.
He's learning so much.
Let's go.
I maintained my original stance on Turing needing to be less xenophobic. That looks bad. Colossal mess of tangled wires sprawled on the floor. A small panel in the wall belches out many loose stray wires. Maybe they're for powering the surgery equipment? Lung augments, spine augments, cybernetic arms, all made by the Dynamo brand. The thick, slightly opaque window makes it hard to see the finer details of the operating room, but you can still make out the basics. Tables, stretchers, complex-looking surgical equipment, and supply cabinets. Seems right. This must be Nanya. A CRT monitor? What is this?
This is known as a CRT monitor. Almost nobody still uses them anymore. They're very outdated.
Nice crash sign. A neon crash sign lights up the front of the beat-up desk. A large circular screen scrolls through upgrade options and parts available in the store. Nanya has rigged himself a specialized point-of-sale system on the monitor. There are a few empty cells on the screen above a tax calculator and total line. Nanya looks cool. This guy is one of the most serious-looking people you've ever seen.
Nope.
I didn't say anything. Yeah.
Nope, I don't know you. You got someone willing to vouch for you? If not, get out of my shop.
Charlie Nova? Oh, we just met Formula. He said we were cool.
Moolah? That guy's a hoot.
He is.
Keeps out the riffraff and fakers, too.
Yeah, see, we're real cool.
But seriously, where did you hear about me?
Charlie Nova said I should come talk to you.
Charlie? Yeah, I remember him. That TV guy runs his mouth a lot. Yeah.
That's exactly him.
Paid good enough.
Also him.
Alright then, what can I do for you?
What's going on with your parts? Yeah, I'm not going to ask about your name. We have something important to ask you.
You are Nanya, correct?
Sure, if that's what you want to call me. If your credit's clear, you can call me whatever you want.
I'm going to call you Borko.
Enough foreplay. What can I do for you? A fresh install, custom firmware, maybe an upgrade?
Another day.
I can pretty much do it all. But most people come in here for VR implants.
I do really want that, but not today. They
Turns
weren't
out
business.
brain surgery is expensive, yeah?
That is true. We're here on a different kind of business.
We're in a bad situation. Local news articles are being mysteriously altered after they've been posted to the mesh, even while the originals are still online. Charlie Novas are being manipulated as well, and he pointed us in your direction. It didn't start happening until after he had his implant upgraded.
Have you had issues with the human revolution?
What are you, cops?
No.
No, worse. You're journalists.
Oh no, he sees right through us.
Get the hell out of my shop! I have a business to run. I don't have time to answer shit about shit that don't got shit to do with me.
He's not wrong.
You found the door before, find it again.
But we still need his help, so we're gonna have to push
Tell
through.
Charlie he can get someone else to do him a rush job when he's back on stims and needs a workaround. He ain't welcome around here anymore.
Whoops.
Give us a moment, please. I don't know about you, but I'm getting tired of being given the runaround by these meat bags.
Me too, but please don't call people slurs.
We could just find some bribe or blackmail to get what we want from this Nanya. But I think it's time to take matters into our own hands. I have an idea. Keep him occupied for a few minutes.
Okay. How should I do that?
Just do what you normally do and ask questions.
Okay, I can do that, for
Nothing
sure.
about the blog post, though. We don't want to set him off. Just keep him talking.
Sounds like a plan, Turing.
It'll only take a minute.
Alright, let's do it. I mean, I feel like meatbag might be a slur if you're a robot and everyone giving you runarounds is a human. I mean, I'm unclear, but it seems like it's the beginnings of a slur.
Are you gonna get going, or am I gonna have to call someone to make you get going?
Maybe neither. You might be on the right track with the cops idea.
If anyone was going to hack Charlie's implant, you would have the best access.
Yeah, that's definitely a cop bot.
Are you kidding me?
We're
You
cops.
think you get to walk into my place of business and accuse me of installing malware onto a customer's implant?
Don't I look like police?
Fine. Bring it on.
Bringing it. It's Jingles. Jingle, jingle,
My
jingle.
reputation is ironclad, and there just ain't no way Charlie's implant was ever touched.
I trust him, but I gotta keep him talking.
Messing with the firmware would make it light up like Christmas morning with user warnings.
I believe that.
So unless he's been letting someone else dig around in his head, you'll be the one left looking like an asshole.
We almost always are. Couldn't someone just hack the implant over the mesh?
No, they couldn't.
Why?
VR interfaces require a hardline connection to receive I/O. So unless Charlie's been using a headset to route his ROM's HUD through it, there ain't no way to get into it. And if Charlie's installation got infected, I don't see what the hell that has to do with me. Tell him to buy some antivirus software and keep off the sketchy porn sites. The end.
Nanya's been through this a few times before.
Not that you would care, but my creator Hayden died over this.
Turing is going through stuff.
You think we care about your reputation?
You're out of your damn mind, robot. I've done nothing wrong. Are we done?
No, I love talking. Oh, sure. I guess this place is really on the up and up.
It is.
I'm sure you have all the proper permits and everything.
Now you're ragging on my shop? Everything here is to code. End of story. I'm not doing anything illegal, unless you're some kind of corporate apologist and think factory warranties are sacrosanct. Just because I want to be discriminating with my clientele, doesn't mean I'm a crook. Tell you what, how about you get the hell out of my shop, and don't come back without a cop and a warrant, since you're so concerned about the public welfare.
Man, we have to mess with and piss off so many people who are not bad people. Maybe we'll do just that.
Yeah, whatever.
Hey, Lexi. Where's Turing?
I've done nothing wrong. Are we done?
I don't know. Invalid transaction. Please scan first item. Show him Fairlight's business
I
card?
don't do business with the guy. Heard he was a prick.
Sounds right. Human Revolution brochure?
You bring that up to me one more time and you'll never step foot in my shop again.
Oh, okay. Spoiled milk? Headphones.
I have some oral upgrades that would make those bad boys sing. Let me know if you're interested.
I mean, yeah, I'm interested in a lot of things. What about spoiled milk? This guy looks more like a soy milk kind of person. Huh, interesting. What about my ID card?
Do you have an appointment or an order to pick up? Or are you just wasting my time?
I'm wasting your time on purpose. Can we leave? Is Turing done?
You may not know this, but I have a finely tuned sense of electromagnetic fields. All ROMs do.
I did not know that.
We need to be able to maintain optimal contact with the mesh, catalog and use various wireless transmissions, and avoid areas with dangerously high interference. Your stock off-the-shelf ROM has very little command over the frequencies available to be scanned. But I'm starting to realize how very little of me is stock or off-the-shelf after the changes Hayden made.
Poor Turing is going through more self-discovery than anybody should have to go through in this few days.
That means when the humidity is low, the air fairly sings for me, amongst other things.
What do you mean? I'm not getting your point.
Meaning, in layman's terms, I could read his monitor over his shoulder while being across the room.
I like those layman's terms, and I like that there's a cat in the corner over there. You can read monitors without actually seeing them?
Well, some. I doubt I could have handled an LCD monitor. They require extra parts I just don't have.
Copy.
And the fidelity is a bit low. Anyways, Nanya looked up his client records on Charlie, and I got some of the names of his other customers off of the spreadsheet.
Tell me more.
One in particular stands out. Shotaro Otsuka.
Who's that? What's the relevance?
Mr. Otsuka is a moderately prominent tech blogger, a respect perhaps a bit vitriolic.
That does sound relevant.
He catches my attention though because historically he has been very critical of parallax in his posts. Recently though, and now he is almost effusive in his praise.
That sounds extremely relevant.
His fans are accusing him of shilling for the company, but many of his earliest posts show some of the same manipulations that we saw from entirely.
We have to go find this guy. Lead the way.
I've marked the location of Shotaro Otsuka's apartment on your map.
Thanks, Turing. We just have one thing to take care of. Bye. Purse underneath my hand.
Where?
It's so good at it. It's so good at doing a meow. I'm gonna cry. Okay. Onwards and upwards. Oh wait, let's check in with Formula and see how he's doing now.
Does anything rhyme with bulb?
Bulb, colb, dolb, yolb, bulb. Whoa. Gulb, hulb, yolb, jolb, colb, lulb, mulb, nulb, wulb, pulb, quolb.
This is the building.
Rolb, solb.
Mr. Otsuka must do well for himself, considering the neighborhood.
I think it's the Castro.
Not the priciest section of Neo SF, but nice enough for a self-employed tech blogger.
Maybe by like Dolores.
Perhaps we should just ring the bell? We both know it won't be that easy, but it's important to maintain some courtesies.
Let's do it.
Greetings, guests. I am LJ2, Shotaro Otsuka's ROM.
Cool.
Shotaro was not expecting any company at this hour, but I will let him know you are here. Sorry for the wait. Please hold on for just a moment while I fetch him.
Excellent.
And that's encouraging. That was odd. Maybe try the bell again.
Hey, a palm tree.
Did you know that palm trees used to be much more common, almost a city staple?
Did they? This one looks very healthy too, but you feel like you already knew that part. Newsroom employee. They're holding a colorful umbrella. Wish you had thought ahead like that. Yeah, let's ring the doorbell again.
Greetings, guests. I am LJ2, Shotaro Otsuka's ROM.
Now I know that the two people active in the chat know this, but for those of you who are not familiar with San Francisco, it is completely plausible that it would not be raining in one area and be pouring rain in another area. It's like a million microclimates. It changes like minute to minute and foot to foot. You gotta dress for like 6 different days every day you go out. Back to this realm.
Shotaro was not expecting any company at this hour, but I will let him know you are here.
Okay, now it's getting dubious.
Sorry for the wait. Please hold on for just a moment while I fetch him.
Again?
What is taking so long?
Once more?
Alright, 3rd time's the charm, right?
Let's try it.
Once more, with feeling.
Yeah, that's the spirit, Turing.
Greetings, guest. Shotaro was not sorry for the wait.
Ah! Why can't this ever be easy? I swear I'll blow out a fuse before we're done.
Turing, don't I know it?
Thank Hayden for system redundancies.
Oh, Turing.
Well, that's that.
Being a detective is hard.
Let's see if we can find a way into Miss Otsuka's apartment ourselves.
Let's indeed. Hey, a fire escape.
Mr. Otsuka's apartment is on the 2nd floor. The fire escape should give us access to his window.
Perfect.
We just need something to let us reach it.
Imperfect.
I'm sure there's some piece of detritus or loose end lying around we could use.
Doesn't look like it.
Oh, that's how these things always work.
Newsroom employee is cute.
Hey, didn't I see you earlier at TMI?
Mm-hmm.
Nice to meet you. I'm Sky.
Nice to meet you, Sky. You are poorly dressed but well umbrellaed for the weather. San Francisco.
You weren't prepared for the weather, huh? Your ROM looks fancy enough to keep track of that.
It is, but we've been real busy. And also, you're wearing a tank top and shorts, friend.
About that.
You want my umbrella?
Yes, please.
Not for the weather. We need to use the hook handle to reach the fire escape ladder so we can pull it down.
Oh, you live here and lost your key card, huh? I totally understand. I do that all the time.
That's exactly what's happening.
But look, as much as I'd love to give you this umbrella, I'm kinda using it right now. Where I come from, see, we're all about equal trades. It's part of our culture.
Where do you come from, Sky?
Gym culture?
Sorry, but unless you've got anything interesting to exchange for it, I'm gonna hold on to this. Don't want to get wet.
What about spoiled milk?
I'm trying to cut out dairy, honest.
Oh. It gave him guilt when it should have given him disgust. A brochure for a horrible group?
Those guys are gross. Are you a part of that?
God, no.
Oh, you're not? Then let's not talk about it, okay?
Do you want my... No, I'm not going to give you my gun. How about my ID?
Your ID card? I've already got my own, buddy. And mine has a correct height on it.
Yeah, I'm short. Whatever.
Hey, is this real? The real Yannick Fairlight?
That's right. It's his real Yannick Fairlight business card.
You know him?
Of course I do! He's one of the most innovative tech minds of the last few generations! Can I please have this? I'll give you the umbrella. Yours to keep if you want.
Deal, dude.
I think it's a fair trade.
Wonderful.
Thanks! Here you go.
Thanks so much, Sky.
This is so exciting! I'm gonna go call him right now!
Oh, sweet boy.
Call him? Maybe that wasn't the best idea.
It was a great idea.
Oh well, now we have our tool, and a pretty spiffy one at that. Let's go!
I mean, Yannick Fairlight's arm candy at events is that army guy, and Sky's very cute and handsome and goes to the gym.
Work.
Yannick will not be mad, and I don't think Sky's trying to date, but everybody likes getting a call from someone cute. Now let's head up the fire escape. Trees. Oh, the palm trees look nice up here. And these apartments get plenty of light, apparently. Yeah, this is definitely the Castro. This one is locked. What about this one?
This window is unlocked. Let's go in.
Excellent. Ugh, what's that smell, Turing?
I'm not sure. My olfactory sensors detect chemicals associated with decaying food and something else I can't pin down.
This can't be good.
It's unfamiliar to me.
Hey, it's a Christmas tree. This Christmas tree might be small, but it has a lot of spirit. One of the presents is tagged to LJ2 from Shotaro. That's so cute! Shotaro got the ROM a Christmas present. Oh, there's one from LJ2 to Shotaro, too. You guys. Room control panel. Let's turn the lights on.
That's better. Let's take a look around.
The hell is that? Old food? An old greasy bag of to and fro, a fast food chain the state is famous for. Oh, ha ha ha. Flies are circling like vultures. Amp. A vintage York sandbag has a connector for plugging in old phones. Books. A collection of books about on writing good. Shotaro.
Shotaro must be plugged into the mesh. He hasn't even noticed us. I feel like I could scream without him knowing. Ah! Hi! Mr. Otsuka! Nothing.
I mean, ROM is still learning. Turing is still learning, so screeching into its environment is a healthy way to express and explore curiosity. Oh, go back to the warm fire with your hot nudes.
Hello, guest.
Hi, LJ2. You're weird, but adorable.
Shotaro has been a bit under the weather recently, so he has not been receiving anyone.
Hi,
He is trying very hard to keep up with his deadlines, but I will check and see if he has a moment to speak with you.
Want to sit on my lap? You don't want to sit on my lap? Oh, she doesn't want to sit on my lap. Yes, she does. No, she doesn't. I love you so much. You love me too.
We just checked, and he seems busy.
They got each other Christmas presents.
Is there anything else I might assist you with? A drink, perhaps?
I would love a Hassie. When was your last diagnostic check?
I run regular self-checks and have noticed no irregularities in either my hardware or software. I appreciate your concern. If you think I am behaving erratically, perhaps you could mention it to Shotaro. He is skilled at maintenance.
How long has your owner been ill?
Shotaro has been under the weather for some time, but I could not tell you precisely when. He rarely has visitors or goes on outings, so this is only slightly abnormal behavior for him. In fact, you are the first visitor he has had in a while.
She expresses herself.
Several days, in fact. Perhaps you could ask him about it yourself. I will check and see if he has a moment to speak with you.
Is your owner still making blog updates?
He is. Shotaro is a diligent man, even in the face of such adversity.
They got each other Christmas presents.
If you are a reader of his work, his next significant piece will be going online tomorrow. I will not spoil it for you.
No, that's okay.
Very well. Let me know if you need anything. I'm always happy to assist.
Hey Shotaro, what's up with your ROM?
He won't be able to hear us while he's plugged in.
Hey Shotaro, let's nudge him.
Oh no, we're too late.
And he has a blog post going up tomorrow. Things are even darker and weirder than we anticipated. How long has he been here?
It looks like he's been here for a couple of days, maybe a little longer.
What the hell happened?
That means whoever did this did it before we even found out about all of this. Stabbed in the chest, right through the back of the chair. Looks like it severed his carotid artery. I don't want to make any assumptions, but I can't help but wonder if this was done by the same person who assaulted Zin.
I mean, we can scope the room for footprints.
His ROM doesn't even think anything is wrong. We need to hurry. If I'm right, everyone we've talked to so far is in more danger than we thought.
This is so bad.
Someone is following us.
Are they following us, or are we following them?
I have to find his computer so I can see if I can pull anything relevant off of it. You interrogate his ROM. Maybe you can find out why it's acting so strange.
Shotaro has been a bit under the weather recently, so he has not been receiving anyone. He is trying very hard to...
Got it.
That's okay. We'll wait.
Is there anything else I might assist you with? A drink, perhaps?
Shotaro is dead, LJ2. Oh.
It shut itself down again. Let's see if we can pull some useful information off of Mr. Otsuka's computer.
I don't know
if we can find it.
I don't know if that was the right thing to do, but I think maybe they should be together, and that it's really sad for Shotaro, just for LJ2 to just be sitting there waiting for Shotaro. Is the desk a computer? Yes.
I'll start downloading these files.
Thank you, Turing. I don't want to get my fingerprints here.
I finished my examination of Mr. Otsuka's computer. I didn't find anything particularly interesting, but I copied some files to be examined later. If we're all done here, we should hurry and go warn Nanya about what we found. Charlie and Sympathy, too. They might be in immediate danger, so we must act fast. Let's head for Nanya's business.
On the job, Turing. I want to get the hell out of that apartment. Uh-oh. I'm always foiled by cats.
I'm actually quite a fan of cats. They provided consistent entertainment online for me when all I had to do was sit around and search the mesh all day.
Peppy, can you come here and be a cat for me? Come here, sweetheart. I'm just gonna lean down and angle the camera down so I can be petting a cat in real life and video games. Oh. I love her so much. Achievement unlocked, Maneki Neko. Oh, the kitty's disinterested, just like this real kitty. The thing I'm most excited about for when I'm not streaming anymore is cradling her in my arms. But for now, we need to go warn Nanya and Charlie and Sympathy.
Shit! What the hell are you doing back here?
Fucking stuff happened.
Wait, let me guess. You stole some of my files, or hacked my brain, or used telepathy or some shit. Found out someone else got hit by your little ghost in the machine, and when you got there, found out he was deader than new disco.
That's exactly what happened. What the hell did you hear?
That close enough?
That is distressingly accurate.
Well, it wasn't much of a damned guess. Charlie Nova is dead.
What?
What? Charlie is...
But Charlie's so good.
The auto cab he was in drove him right off the bridge and into the bay.
That's awful.
It's been all over the news for the last 10 minutes, and I'm not looking to be next. I'm getting the hell out of Neo-SF, and I'm gonna forget that I ever saw you, ever knew Charlie, ever gave a shit about any of this.
Understandably.
Hell, maybe I'll pick up a new career. I'm less likely to get murdered for being a fry cook, that's for damn sure. Have a good life!
Oh no! No! Why is this happening? There was no one in that car! No heat signatures, no wireless emissions, nothing! That wasn't even an auto cab! It's a manual!
What the hell? How is that even possible?
I don't know! I don't know!
Turing, it's not your fault. You're okay, you're doing your best.
That's it! This is too much! I've had enough! I don't care who's controlling the news anymore! Almost everyone we've talked to so far has died, and I can't live with any more blood on my hands!
This is not your fault.
We're not investigating this lead any further. As of right now.
Whatever you say. It's not our fault, Turing.
Logically, I know that. We haven't set out to harm anyone. But someone is using us as a stalking horse, hiding behind our investigation to clean up whatever this is.
But they got to Shitaro well before.
If they want to keep taking out people involved in this, they're going to have to dig them up without our help.
Fair.
We don't have any other leads anyway.
True.
Thank you for sticking with me, though. We have more pressing avenues of inquiry to make.
I want to check in on Sympathy.
Let's move on.
Alright guys, we finished our Grave of the Fireflies. Now let's start up our Totoro. A Decepticon. So chapter 3 and 4 are interchangeable. It's these two possible quests, and you can do them in either order, and whichever will be chapter 3 or chapter 4. So all of that was awful.
Well, we should go to Melody's home and at least meet her.
Yay. Let's save first. Storm. Okay, back to the task at hand. Is that the cat? Not only is this book necessary to keep the window propped open, the window lock is busted too, but the cat is there. That's the cat. The cat is in our apartment. And the plant is fine. Wilty is sparkling to the heavens, a top-grade jade. Everything else is real scary. What's up, Turing?
Let's keep it the path we're on.
Okay. Maybe we should check in on Sympathy, though. Can we? Oh, no, we can't. That part of our life is over. So this is Yannick Fairlight's lead on Melody. Something wrong?
Oh, I'm sorry.
We'll find out more about who Melody is soon, but what we do know is that she won't talk to Yannick anymore, and that's why he's sending us. Like, that's why he can't talk to her as a lead to himself.
I was wool gathering.
What's wool gathering?
I see we've arrived at the Melody Flores residence. It's quite impressive.
That it is.
But that's to be expected, considering that she is still the majority owner of the Flower Cybernetics Group, despite retiring from day-to-day operations at the company. I wonder how she and Hayden first began working together. Sorry, back on task. Is there anything you'd like to know before we head inside?
Thank you for checking in. I realize that you're just checking in because of that uncomfortable time that we had at the TMI Entertainment Network. But also, it's nice that this can be a positive thing now. Didn't Yannick say he and Melody had a falling out?
He did, and I can't shine much light on that.
I didn't think you could. I just wanted to check in about it.
I know that System 1 worked with Flower to help develop the first operating systems for the direct link virtual reality implants, so perhaps it happened during that time.
I could see that.
Also, Flower eventually went with a different company for future models of the implant, but there was never any public talk of a personal falling out between the heads of the companies. I'll scrape the mesh for more rumors, but they'll only be that, rumors.
Enigmatic.
I can do my best to parse fact from fiction, but it blurs too much for me to be sure what's real.
Give me a rundown of Flower Cybernetics.
Flower Cybernetics was established in the early 2000s by Melody's mother, Antonella. It started out developing cutting-edge medical tech, including advanced prosthesis and nanoparticle diagnostic and treatment technologies.
Like on Grey's Anatomy.
They were vastly successful when they perfected the first synthetic nerve mesh, allowing direct connection and control between the nervous system and a cybernetic prosthesis.
Just like Grey's Anatomy.
The majority of their early projects were defense technologies for the American military.
Less like Grey's Anatomy.
Developing ruggedized military prosthesis for use on injured soldiers, and then eventually electively for special forces. This research line culminated in the development of brain-controlled androids as shock troops, long since barred by international law.
That sounds awful.
Melody took over the company from her aging mother, and she fought against developing further military hardware from that point on. She pushed the company to use the BCA technology for the company's original goals of medical advancement, as well as developing the first direct link virtual reality implants.
So Melody is a corp runner, but she's like a good guy who wants to use technology for positive things, not for violence and death.
The company is largely successful on a global scale, despite continued legislative movement against extensive cybernetic use, especially brain implants.
What can you tell me about Melody?
Not a whole lot. She's largely private, in contrast to her mother's penchant for courting a media circus.
Sounds like they didn't have too much in common.
Several biographies of former Flower executives show her as intensely passionate about demilitarizing the company to the point of absolute viciousness in the boardroom. But it's been a long time since her days of fighting for the company, and she's since stepped away from the helm.
She sounds amazing, to be quite honest.
There's talk that she's lost her spine in her old age.
She doesn't sound like the kind of woman who would.
Well, I'd take that with a grain of salt.
I got you, Turing.
She may have retreated from the corporate battlefield, but you don't change the entire direction of a company as large as Flower if you're a quitter.
You've learned a lot about people. You're shockingly good at people with your sweet little blushing cheeks.
Stay on your toes.
Let's go ahead and head in.
No time like the present, then.
So let's take a look at this, a bear statue. Small-scale bear statues guard the entrance to the mansion.
These tall shrubs could line the estate of a Victorian duke. They're that stuffily pleasant to look at.
That's a fancy doorbell. This looks like the buzzer for an apartment complex. She needs one of these just for one house? Let's try it. I told you this was gonna be our Totoro! Is that a bear Turing?
Appears so.
Its roar is so cute.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Let's go in?
Mine says we can go in.
Alright, yeah, we're in it to win it.
Should we?
I mean, I don't know what else we're gonna do. Ring the doorbell again and get a new bear?
The door's open. No need to ring the bell.
Alright, let's move forward.
Oh, wow. Swanky.
Yeah, it is. Swanky?
What? I have been trying to increase my usage of colloquialisms.
That's so cute, too.
Is swanky too out of date?
No, it's precious.
It's certainly before my time.
Oh, Miss Flores!
She's badass.
Excuse us for the intrusion. My name is Turing, and...
Oh, I know who you are.
Hey, I can explain. I know you don't like Dr. Fairlight very much, but I assure you there's a situation.
Fairlight? I didn't realize Hayden's research had become a charity case. Though I suppose little boy Yannick will throw money at anything that raises his profile on the mesh.
I love her.
Wait, you know Hayden? Also, we actually only just met Dr. Fairlight yesterday.
Oh, that's too bad. Now Pat won't have to eat you.
Pat!
What?
Though I'm not sure your gears would have been good for his digestion.
Pat!
Actually, madam, I'm not comprised of gears.
Well, either way, he's on a diet.
Oh.
This philosophy is how I lead my life. Sometimes you eat the bear, and sometimes the bear, well, he eats you.
This is a beautiful moment.
Do you understand?
I mean, in the corporate world, yes, but when you're keeping a domesticated bear who's not going to eat you, then you have your own bear and you always win and you're friends with the bear. Yes, I do understand. Melody Flores has no less bite than she did at her time in Corp.
Not really.
I can tell you about it later, Charlie.
I don't have all day to entertain you, Turing, nor your new friend. Not even for Hayden.
We got
You don't have time to waste if you're going to find him, either.
Oh.
Right.
Look at that planter. A large climate-controlled globe towers in the lounge. It has some lively in-season plants inside. The most regal-looking robotic cat in the world sits prim and proper on the fainting chair. It looks remarkably bored at all attempts at conversation. You give the cat a pet. The name on her collar says Lily. The cat is much more occupied with overseeing its domain. Don't crowd the cat. Robot felines are double humorless. Strawberries? The biggest strawberries you've ever seen are assembled in a china bowl on the coffee table.
These strawberries are genetically modified using the Flockhart method, altered most for aesthetic appearance.
Cool.
This is in contrast to the Borlaug method, where food is modified for greater crop yield and higher nutritional benefit.
Cool. A thin string of steam escapes the delicate spout.
The blue and white coloring is an imitation of a popular set used in Scotland in the late Edwardian era. Sadly, no true originals exist.
Turing. A plush purple fainting chair dominates the room. It positively reeks of antiquated class, from back when proper ladies got the vapors and when polio was still a thing. Okay. A Row 51E Rosie 893 unit from the emblem on its side. It sits patiently near Pat in a sort of ambient sleep mode, playing light instrumental music. Oh, we can't use our headphones on it. What's the room control? A room control monitor is fixed onto the back wall of the room. The temperature is set so low, it's freezing, probably for Pat. The latest episode of Media Blitz is going into the sordid details of a new teen actor's island love affair with a local politician's daughter. These shows are so demeaning, reducing the private lives of famous people to soap operas for the lowest common denominator. We love it. Ooh! The Maritaki twins got thrown out of Zach's place for fistfighting that guy with the transparent hair? Wait, how is it this late already? Out of all the healthy plants and interesting habitats you've come across, this one takes the metaphorical taste. Okay, Melody, we gotta talk.
If you were one of Fairlight's worker bees, you wouldn't have made it through the door. So why are you here to badger me about poor Hayden?
You have me at a disadvantage, Ms. Flores. You seem far ahead of us on this matter.
Just call me Melody, darling. And of course. But I'll share a secret or two with you.
I have so many questions. Do you know what's happened to Hayden?
I wish I didn't. Maybe you don't want to either.
Please, Melody. Any information you might have.
This is a real lead.
We haven't had access to any of his research notes, and couldn't track down any collaborators he may have been working with. Perhaps if we know more, we might be able to nail down a solid motive.
Well, I don't know if I can speculate on that, beyond the usual corporate infighting.
Surprisingly enough, we've pretty much ruled that out.
Not that Parallax is known for that, of course.
I don't know if she's being sarcastic.
We had been catching up recently, and he mentioned feelings of being watched. He started to worry he had been discussing your development with the wrong people. When he stopped returning my calls, and now it's clear what happened.
I see. Can you tell us anything else about his disappearance?
Oh, I'm afraid not, dear. I've been around long enough to know what's coincidence and what isn't.
She's really, really cool, and these are really, really unfortunate circumstances.
We were hoping you might be able to shine some light on my origins. Fairlight might mention that you had worked with Hayden in the past.
I see Hayden didn't neglect curiosity in your personality makeup. Well, you and I haven't properly met, but considering how often Hayden badgered me for design schematics of Flower's latest neural implants, I might as well be your aunt?
Aunt Melody.
We'll go with that.
She's so
I
cool.
wouldn't mind being an aunt. Even to a blue-headed robot.
Oh.
I'm touched, Melody.
Well then, I'm willing to answer your questions. For now.
How did you help Hayden with Turing?
Indeed. I don't see the connection between your company and Hayden's research into machine sapience.
Oh, Hayden wasn't researching machine sapiens. At least not primarily. Not to diminish the importance of your creation, Turing, but it's best you know the truth. Hayden is mainly interested in developing a way to transfer human consciousness into a machine matrix. You can see why neural implants would obviously be an integral part of that.
Oh, I didn't realize.
So Turing was made to be so human to figure out a framework for ROMs as vessels of humanity, of living humanity, like neural transfer to entirely cybernetic bodies, kind of like the brain-controlled androids, but like no brain, all computer. But the brain goes into the computer, you know? Ghost in the machine kind of thing. How would Turing's development help with digitizing the human mind?
The concept of transferring the human mind into a computer has been an attractive goal for decades. Functional immortality is powerful lure. The brain is an immensely complicated machine, and even though we know the right buttons to push to make pictures show up, we still can't replicate the entire thing as a technological construct. Even with the virtual reality implants, we're really just relying on the brain's ability to make sense of nonsensical signals.
Reality and perception is so freaking weird.
So Hayden decided the best way to make a machine more like the human brain would be to work in the opposite direction. Instead of mimicking how the human brain worked, he started writing code that mimicked the functioning of the human mind.
He did a darn good job.
Think of it like convergent evolution. Two species adapt in similar ways, but on completely different continents.
For sure.
Hayden is a crack programmer when it comes to information collating. It's why Parallax hired him when they did. So he wrote a bunch of self-modifying learning algorithms that were, frankly, baffling and let them loose. Poke and prod here and there to make sure they value the same things humans do. And we eventually end up with you, Turing.
Interesting. Hayden never revealed any of this to me.
Oh, Turing.
I imagine he's pretty tight-lipped. You were the first prototype he considered a real success, and he was afraid of contaminating your development before he had a chance to make good observations.
Hayden wasn't interested in Turing's development? My little bud?
I didn't say that. Hayden was quite interested in Turing, even if he is just a step to further research. In fact, he was preparing to publish his findings involving Turing. And I know it's going to make one heck of a splash in the scientific community. See, the most impressive part about you, Turing, is that you're surprisingly stock.
Really?
I assure you, Melody, my construction involves only the latest and greatest in ROM prototype technology.
Turing's so proud of itself.
Exactly. You're not off the shelf, but you're still just a souped-up ROM, more or less like every other one out there. Your personality algorithms are impressive, but they don't require some new space-age technology to work.
And is amazing.
Hayden is going to propose that human consciousness transference does not require special brain-like hardware architecture, but merely the right software wrapper to interface with the hardware. Much like how you function.
I suppose that is correct. Still, my personality matrices do take up substantial amounts of my processing power.
True.
Wouldn't custom hardware have capabilities that better serve such a demanding, specialized task?
Sure. There's still plenty of reason in trying to make a computer that works just like a human brain. Efficiency is an important part of that. But if Hayden can emulate the human mind in existing technology, it means we can start the immortality now, rather than waiting for hardware to catch up with Hayden's software.
This does make Turing all the more incredible.
Frankly, I'm not terribly interested in living forever. But there's more than enough people who are.
Can you elaborate on your involvement?
Sure, if you can even call it involvement. It's a small city. And if you're in the tech sector, you are never more than 2 degrees removed from anyone else. When he started looking into this pet project of his, he came right up to my door and demanded access to the research logs behind our earlier implants. Cheeky, but it was impactful and disruptive, as they like to say around here.
Oh god, disrupt has lasted as long as synergy. We are all just going to be cursed to corporate buzzwords. The cat is sitting looking pitifully at her food bowl. She has been fed. I love her so much.
I couldn't care less about Flowers' patents anymore, so I gave him what he wanted, just to see what he would do.
Melody's so cool.
I'm frankly more impressed than I expected I would be, but don't tell him that.
Oh, she doesn't know.
Don't worry. I won't.
Oh, that was a compliment, dear.
Thank you for this, Melody. I understand so little of my origins.
The same is true of all of us, Turing.
Well, I'm sorry I don't know more of the specifics. Hayden kept me up to date on his progress, but only in the vaguest of ways. If you can hunt down his notes, I'm sure they'll tell you more.
Sounds sick.
Of course. We'll keep looking. Now, perhaps we could ask some other questions?
Sure.
What's the story between you and Fairlight?
Oh, hell, that old bastard and I have been flashing daggers at each other for the better part of 20 years. I contracted out the software development for our first-gen direct-link VR neural implants to System 1.
Okay.
Things were going great, but after the first models sold like gangbusters, Yannick tried to get into bed with me. Literally.
Ugh. Chris, can you tell me what blockchain is? Well, I know it has something to do with Bitcoin and that people are putting blockchain in the name of anything just to get tech bro money thrown at them.
I turned him down. Very politely, I might add. And then, suddenly, all of the cooperation between our companies dried up.
Oh wow, Yannick is a total disgusting creep. But also, he really underestimated Melody Flores.
We've been at it back and forth ever since. I'd be damned careful about trusting him if I were you.
He's gross and I don't trust him. He's a means to an end.
He's a snake. And he'll do anything he can to get what he wants.
Not about it.
Still, I suppose if he tried again now, I might not turn him down.
Oh, you've been alone with a bear for too long. He's gross.
It would be fun to needle him about me still having my own company when he doesn't have his.
I guess it's less gross because it's Melody taking control on Melody's terms and kind of shaming him, and that's what makes it hot. I think that's everything we need to know.
Good. I can get back to my retirement.
Please enjoy.
Thank you for your time, Melody. We'll be in touch later.
Aunt Melody.
Oh, one more piece of information for you, if you'd like it. I've got the contact info for a Vincent Mensa, who I think might be of help to you.
How so?
Vincent was working more closely with Hayden inside Parallax, mostly on his company-approved research on data collating algorithms for the mesh.
What is blockchain? I hope Vincent is a good dude.
I'll send him a message and ask him to meet you somewhere.
Thank you, Melody.
He owes me a favor anyway, and might be able to give you some more information on anything else Hayden may have been working on.
That would be fantastic, Melody.
Melody is a much better rich person pulling strings behind the doors than Yannick.
Perhaps Golden Gate Park.
Be careful, Turing. I don't like Fairlight's stench all over this scenario. Don't show him too many of your cards.
She knows the game and she cares. She's wonderful.
Cards? This euphemism is unfamiliar to me.
Don't tell him anything if you can. Fairlight is more dangerous the more he's informed.
What a terrible scenario for a robot to be entirely socialized in. We're gonna be unfurling Turing's trauma for decades.
Thank you, Aunt Melody. Wish us luck.
So, and stuff? Can we pet Pat? Pat is Melody's butler, not yours. He will offer services when and only his mistress permits. That's so cute. Does a bear never mind. Pat hates it. Alright, let's head out. Let's go meet up with Vincent Mensa at a Golden Gate Park. This jam is really hot. You've never seen this person, and they appear to be waiting for somebody. Perhaps this is who you're supposed to meet?
Can I help you? I don't really have time to talk. I'm waiting for someone.
Is it me? I have jingle ears.
Are you Vincent Mensa?
Yeah, somebody get Susan Calvin on the phone. We're gonna need a professional.
We're here for a meeting on behalf of Melody Flores.
Oh, good. You're Melody's people. Do you have everything that I asked for?
Sorry, what?
There must be some miscommunication. Melody said that you would be able to provide us with some information about Hayden Weber's projects within Parallax. He has gone missing, and any information we get may be useful.
Damn that old woman.
I mean, I think that Melody played us all, but I think that Melody's smart, and she knows that if she puts us together, we're gonna meet each other's needs. That's why she didn't bother overexposing. She's smart about not showing her cards. She's a feminist icon. Melody Flores is badass.
We had a deal. She promised me, and I'm not giving up anything until I get what I need.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
I already know Hayden is missing. Why else would I be willing to sell corporate secrets to Flower? This was my chance to get out of the city. Instead, she sends the two of you, hat in hand, with nothing.
But we are remarkably resourceful. We've been able to do a lot of surprising things. Perhaps we can help you as well.
I'm assuming you're Hayden's little pet AI?
Please don't talk about Turing like that.
Insulting, but accurate.
I'm sorry to come off callous. I do want to help. Hayden was a colleague and a friend, and I want to know he's okay. But I also need help getting the hell out of Neo SF, and now. My info is my leverage, and it's not for free. I'll just have to find another buyer.
No.
Maybe after I make another deal, I'll be able to pass it to you.
Perhaps we could assist you?
Good, Turing.
My friend here is a terrific journalist. Being skilled at hunting down people and information is part of the job.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
I don't know.
But I jingle.
Look, I need 100,000 credits, an untraceable car, and a fake passport for me and my wife, Francesca.
Sounds super difficult. I bet I can do it.
If you can get me all that, I'll give you anything you want. Hayden's research notes, what I know about Parallax, my company's security credentials, whatever.
Freaking deal.
If you're really sure journals can come up with that kind of stuff in one day.
This one can out of desperation because we don't want to get murdered or get anyone else murdered. We can do that.
Right?
Do you mind answering some other questions first?
Dear God, I'm doomed.
We're all doomed, Vincent.
Melody only gave us a rough sketch of what you need. The more you can tell us about the situation, the sooner we can fulfill your request.
Sure, as long as it isn't the juicy stuff.
I guess I really don't understand cryptocurrency or how it works. It sounds very cool but very weird, and as I understand it, it releases a whole bunch of carbon emissions, and Bitcoin mining is very dangerous, but that also might be propaganda. What do you do for Parallax?
I'm the head applications engineer for their data analysis division. Or maybe was, is what I should be saying. If Hayden is the big brain who comes up with the math that runs the search algorithms, I'm the guy who figures out how to collect and apply the data that we get.
Copy.
We've worked pretty closely for years, but he's head and shoulders above me as far as theory goes.
We all have our strengths.
Hayden built a fully independent machine intelligence in his spare time.
And it's cute, right?
Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to bash myself here.
No, Hayden is a force of nature or a force of technology.
I'm a good software engineer. Probably one of the best. But machine intelligence? In a form factor like yours? Now that blows my mind. We've got full immersion, virtual reality, yet most people would still call you science fiction.
If you say so.
I guess, yeah, Turing is just Turing. When you're Turing, Turing is just Turing. Do you know anything about Hayden's disappearance? Is that why you want to get out?
I probably wouldn't have noticed anything out of the ordinary. I mean, Hayden goes out for a couple days all the time, right? Conferences and guest teaching. He doesn't exactly share his itinerary with me. I tried asking around and no one will say anything. If he had jumped ship, went to a different company, it would be the talk of the week at the water coolers.
Does sound like hot goss.
Instead, dead silence.
Yeah, that's not hot goss at all. That's weird stuff.
Thankfully, he allowed me to keep backups of most of his work, simply because I cross-referenced it so much. He didn't like having it all in one place anyway. Bring me what I asked for, and I'll tell you more.
Why are you so adamant about getting out of Neo-SF?
Because Parallax is rotting from the inside out. Hayden going missing is the last straw, and it's a big-ass straw.
Yeah, I can see that. Things are wild.
There is... how do I put this without giving it away?
A good chance that everybody involved with anything remotely important to anything we've been researching is going to get murdered?
There's a new project about to roll out, and it's going to change everything about how Parallax does their business worldwide.
Like a super meshnet?
Since the launch of the meshnet,
like cryptocurrency?
we've had some board shakeups, and the people at the top are different from the ones who've previously run the company.
Spoiler alert, it's blockchain.
The altruism the company displayed in the past is gone. They're harder, more ruthless, and more concerned with profits and power than ever before. Not just richest company in the valley power either. Real power.
That's a frightening clarification to make.
My guess? Parallax got rid of Hayden because he was about to do something that would get in the way of that. If they're willing to get rid of the brightest mind on their payroll, what's to stop them from getting rid of me? There's a half dozen people who could do my job. So I'm getting out before I accidentally step on the wrong person's toes and end up at the bottom of the bay.
Legit. Thank you. We'll go get those things for you.
Sure. I guess I can stick around here for a while.
High hopes.
I need to make some calls anyway. If you do manage to get what I need, bring it here today and you'll get anything you want.
I'll do my best.
Forwarding photos and info for the passports to Turing now.
Perfect.
And I really hope you can do this.
I really hope I can do this too. There's a lot riding on it for
I'd rather
everyone.
give it to you than some other corporation anyway.
I appreciate that.
See you soon.
Everyone's screwed.
I'm not quite sure where to get fake passports or an untraceable car.
I've got a couple ideas, Turing. Don't worry too much.
The only shady folks we know are those punks who vandalized Hayden's apartment.
That sounds like people who have fake IDs to go buy and crash and booze whenever they want, even though they're puppy-faced.
I doubt they could point us in the right direction, but a long shot is better than no shot.
Yeah.
They might agree to help us in repayment for the damage done to the apartment. They seemed remorseful.
Up the punks. I don't know what that
check
means.
Market Street for them, in case they regularly hang out there. As for the rest, perhaps Dr. Fairlight or Melody could spot us the credits.
Yeah, they're super rich.
That certainly is no small amount, but is unlikely to cause much consternation for either of them, assuming they are as dedicated to helping as they claim.
I think it would be best to speak to Melody and not Yannick based on what she told us about Yannick, and it sounds like for the same reasons she would support us.
Melody is assumably home as usual, and Fairlight did let us know he'd be at the hospital. We could ask either of them for assistance. Up to you to decide which would be a better course of action.
It's Vincent Mensa, engineer at Parallax and temporarily your ally, for the right price. Very good description. Golden Gate Park, Hospital, and Flower Mansion. Okay, so... Oh, Market Street. I want to go there. Ugh, Brian Mulberry, what are you still doing here? That's not punks, it's just a crappy bigot. That's punks! When's Muni coming? They're actually pretty comfortable after a long night out. That's not true anymore. Next bus, 14 minutes. Imagine. Next bus, bus on fire. Next bus, 14 minutes. Next bus, 9 minutes. Next bus. Let's put our headphones in it. No, we can't. Hi, Oliver. Hi, fucker. Let's try talking to Oliver.
Oh, crap! It's that reporter in the bot again! Cheese it, Ollie!
Oh, Starfucker, you're so cute.
Hold on a moment. We're just here to ask the two of you for a favor. You don't need to run again.
We're gonna make you feel like a tough street cred punk.
I knew you didn't have the guts to mess with me!
That's exactly right.
Guts?
Oh, Turing doesn't know anything.
And why would we want to help you?
Turing doesn't know what guts mean.
We did trash that apartment, Chad.
The soundtrack is so cute.
Yeah? So?
Oh.
We also didn't report you to the police for it.
Good call, Turing.
Yeah? So?
And they still could.
Oh. Alright, well, spill it then. I ain't got all day.
They're a really cute couple.
Can't you see me and Oliver are busy?
You're waiting for Muni. You're gonna be there for the next few hours. The bus is on fire.
We need some assistance with some illicit activity that, statistically, individuals in your age bracket are likely to have experience with.
Oh! So this
Weed.
is one of those things where you need a streetwise kid to show you the ropes.
It's exactly that, Starfucker, and you are that streetwise kid. This is your moment.
So, what's the thread?
Need some cred?
B&E? War driving? Copyright infringement? Search bombing?
Is search bombing actually illegal?
What is search bombing? Is it like...
It's against the terms of service, so probably, at least in California.
Is it like searching something a lot to get the algorithm up? Hi. I'm petting a cat. We need to buy some fake IDs today if possible.
Oh, that's nothing. If you can pay.
We'll figure out a way.
Ollie can whip up a couple that'll work good enough to get you past a bouncer or a cop doing sniff tests.
Yeah, we're gonna need better than that, Starfucker.
He's a wizard with a printer and a lifted wallet.
It's more complicated than that. We need falsified passports that can get two people past the border safely.
It's really your moment, boys.
Oh, yeah, I don't think Ollie can do that. Can you?
Not without equipment a lot more expensive and illegal than what I already have.
What about that guy who got at least that unrestricted mesh card when she was on probation?
That's not really the same thing, Chad. But it wouldn't hurt to give him a call. give me a few minutes. This guy is pretty sketchy, very cloak and dagger. I'll have to play middleman.
I like how gentle and polite Oliver is, and that he does super sketchy crime stuff. I relate to that. I find it very endearing.
Excellent. I'll forward you the relevant documents and photos.
Oh man, now I'm starting to feel left out. Ollie gets to show off all his cool connections.
How can we gotta boost Starfucker's ego.
You sure you don't need someone's head kicked in a little? That's my area of expertise in our little duo.
Maybe.
Well, that and petty larceny.
That too?
We might have something that will suit your skill set. Let's just get the passports first, if you can stay calm for that long.
Turing has no patience.
You sure yap
Turing has no
more
chill.
than any of the ROMs I've ever owned. What's the deal? You installed some new conversation routines Ollie ain't had the chance to nerd out about yet?
Oh, Ollie's a nerd. Oh, the only reason that Ollie's in crime stuff is because Ollie loves Starfucker.
Well, they're top notch. Very bleeding edge.
I don't run traditional ROM VI personality software.
Look at that smug robot face.
I am, in fact, the first fully sapient machine intelligence.
So smug.
Well, at least that I know about.
On one hand, so smug that it's giving away its own secrets. On the other hand, like, who's gonna believe Starfucker?
Which means what exactly? In English?
It means he's a person, Chad, not a toy. Now keep it down. I'm still on the phone.
Dang, Oliver.
Oops. And yes, what he said.
Well, that's awesome. You ain't so bad. For a tin can.
Oh.
Tin can? Really?
Oh.
I'm composed almost entirely out of plasteel and silica.
There are gonna be so many issues about language used to describe sapient ROMs.
Has no one come up with better insults for robots since the turn of the century?
Earlier than that, friendo.
ROMs have been out for almost 2 decades.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Starfucker can learn, Starfucker can self-reflect. He's not just a jerk.
Give me a sec. I'm pretty good at name-calling, too.
Oh, getting to use your skill set. What you gonna say?
Oh no, sorry I brought it up.
Just hold on a second. Underclocked? Oh, BitBrain!
BitBrain, that's perfect.
Don't hurt yourself, Chad.
He is really good at it. And Turing is being really snotty by calling him Chad.
I'll get back to you, Bubblehead.
Okay, I talked to the guy. He said he'll do it, but he only works in trade. A couple of passports are gonna run us... one signed poster for Magical Commander Yukino? Yukino at the Gates to the Deep?
I think I know exactly who to talk to, and I think this is gonna be complicated.
Course. It's always that Japanese crap.
Starfucker.
It's not my fault they make the best VR dramas. Maybe you can do better?
Probably.
Anyway, where can we get a poster like that?
I'm not sure. Probably nearby. I've done switches with this guy before, and he never asks for something that'll take too long to get.
I want to know the lore on this guy. I feel like he could be, like, in a canon continuum in a really subtle way later or now.
My guess is he's a local that uses people like us as a way to nab something he's had his eye on.
Ollie's smart and cool.
We'll help you look for it.
Like I said, I think I know just... Oh, that's cute. Good, stay alone. First, let's get a Hassie.
Oh, there it is!
Dana Zane is here.
I knew I saw a poster for Magical Commander Yukino somewhere around here. I should have remembered Ramona had one.
You know this lady?
Sure. We talk sometimes when I'm getting our drinks.
Oh no, teens. Like, Ramona's clearly in her 20s, and Starfucker calls her lady. Teens. He really does know how to name call.
You're usually too busy provoking people to notice.
You call it provoking. I call it spontaneous enthusiasm for healthy rivalry.
There's a bit of a line. We'll have to wait a few minutes before we can talk to her.
Me too, Chris.
We could just do a smash and grab. Simple and effective.
I'm not gonna do that to Ramona. I know how much you want to show off your skills, but that's for later.
We can't do that. She knows who we are.
She's a friend.
Us too.
This is the most boring felony I've ever been an accessory to.
Look, we'll just stand in line.
Like a bunch of clumps? Jumps?
Yes, just like that.
What is the big picture anyway, Blue Bomber?
Blue Bomber, that's cute.
I'm not sure it's wise to spread it around, Chad. For either of us. The less you know, the less reason anyone has to bother you.
Get excited, this is dangerous.
Screw that, Static. I'm not heading to Juvie not knowing what for.
Screw that, Static.
Spill the beans, or I'll spill them for you.
Your persistence is already legendary, Chad.
What a motley crew.
Fine. If you really must know, we are going to trade the passports for some information regarding the disappearance of my creator. His apartment was the one you trashed.
Oh shit, that Hayden dude is your dad? And they snatched him? Oh, that's so messed up.
Starfucker.
Well, Dad after a fashion. He raised me.
Man, I hope you find the dudes that took him. I hope he's okay.
Oh.
It seems very unlikely.
Oh man, I don't know what to say, you know? I mean, I still have my dad, but he's...
A god-awful bigot?
Chad?
He's never really been around. Too busy trying to save the world from itself. Even now, he's over there standing in front of that damn clinic.
Oh god, Chad's dad is Brian Mulberry. He's Chad Mulberry. His dad's the freaking worst.
And I
no wonder Starfucker acts out. That's why Starfucker spray painted the human revolution stuff inside of Hayden's apartment, because he wanted to make his dad proud.
Whatever.
Oh. Oh.
I might as well nuke that drive.
That teenager just leapt.
It ain't gonna sink.
I love this slang so much.
I think I understand what you mean, Chad.
I know, Peppy, it's complicated. People are complicated.
Hell yeah! Dudes gotta stick together, you know? Don't matter if you're a robot or what. We all got the same shit to deal with.
That's my motto.
Gotta grab destiny by the horns and make your own mark.
You're so right. From the mouth of babes.
Hey, won't fault you on good taste, but watch that whole babe thing.
Sorry.
I'm taken, and I don't need no game being spit my way.
Precious baby teenager.
That's not... Never mind. The line has finally cleared up. Let's go talk to Ramona.
VR drama poster. It looks like the item was signed, maybe by the actress. Yep, that's what we're after.
Hey, Allie.
Oh, they're friends.
Salutations, Ramona.
Because they're both freaking nerds.
What can I do for you all?
You're gonna hate it.
Ahem.
Oh, this is my friend, Chad.
Your friend? Mm-hmm.
Nice to meet you.
So Ollie has a crush on Ramona and doesn't want her to know that he's dating Chad. That's the only explanation for that.
Yeah, you too.
We were hoping you might be able to give us your assistance, Ms. Rogers.
Or they haven't figured out that they super like each other yet. But they must have, right? They're always dating. Maybe they're never acknowledging it's a date.
We want to make a trade for that magical Commander Yukino poster over there. It's necessary for us to get some pretty important information.
No, Chad just said he was taken. Ollie is being a jerk. Teens, even the gentlest, most polite teens.
No way! Not happening. Nuh-uh. Yukino is off limits.
This is literally a matter of life and death, Ramona.
How does life and death depend on a nerdy poster?
It'd take a while to explain.
Look, I don't even care. That poster was signed by Takeko herself. It's one of a kind, and I'm not giving it up.
I relate to that specific bravado of starfuckers, to be honest. Yeah, I'm super cool. That's a reason I'm cool. I'm valid, I'm valid, I'm valid, I'm valid, I'm valid.
I'd rather not drag you any further into this than necessary, but I promise that we're not overstating it.
Not that I need to prove that I'm valid, because I'm obviously a dreamboat.
This is a dire situation, and people have already died.
Jeez. Look, whatever you're doing sounds sketch as hell. I and Magical Commander Yukino herself want no part in it.
Does she know that Turing is sapient?
I don't even see how the poster can help.
That's because we haven't explained it.
Man, you nerds sure do love your cheap crap from the net.
Oh, starfucker, you're being dangerous.
Cheap crap! I'll have you know that poster is worth hundreds of credits. Maybe more. Takeko passed away years ago, so there aren't any more of them getting signed.
Legendary Takeko.
It's special.
Oh.
Sure it is.
He's such a bully.
He doesn't get it. He's not in the fandom.
Thankfully.
Nerds. We can get you another. It'll only take a few days. I mean, she's gonna tell us we can because Takeko's dead, but like, play for death.
It's not just a poster. It was a gift from someone.
A gift?
Someone I care about, okay? Besides, you can't get another one. Takeko passed away a few years ago.
Perhaps there's something else that would make a suitable trade?
It is her most prized possession. This is rough.
You aren't hearing me, are you?
We are, but we are actually as determined as you are.
It has sentimental value. You can't replace that.
I'll buy you a sandwich.
Look,
buy you
you'll
a
just
hassy.
have to order something off the mesh, because you can't have this one.
There's no time, Ramona.
Oh, we don't have time. This lead will dry up by then.
Keep me out of this.
I want to. This isn't a joke, Ramona.
Okay, enough. How about this for a trade? I have an original keyframe cell from Pretty Champion Sailor Sirius, signed by Takeko at home.
Dang.
Whoa! You have a signed Sailor Sirius cell? That's super rare! They stopped doing keyframes by hand right around the time of her death.
Whoa.
You can't be serious, Ollie! You have that thing framed on your wall!
Even
Anyone shut up
Starfucker
about
cares.
it for a week after you got it!
Ollie bragged to Starfucker for a week about something Starfucker didn't care about, and Starfucker listened because they're in love.
This is important, Chad. You can't say you wouldn't do the same thing if someone had your dad. Think about Turing.
They're so sweet, I'm gonna cry.
I can't ask Ramona to give up something important to her if I'm not willing to do the same.
Oh, Ollie.
Maybe.
Look, okay, I don't know what's going on, but you can't give me that cell for the poster.
But we need...
Yeah, you'll get the poster. Whatever you're doing, it must be really important if you'd be willing to give that up.
Ramona's an angel. Also, I like how Ollie is obviously, like, still kind of a shady teenager who's torn between his love for Chad, the bad boy, and Ramona, the nerd who relates, and is being shady about it, but he's also literally being the best dude and most self-sacrificial because people are complicated. And there are tears coming out of my eyeballs.
Do you have something more equal to trade, Ollie?
A couple of things, maybe.
Well, We'll talk about it then. Maybe you can find me another one too.
I love him so much.
Go ahead and take the poster.
There are reasons that people like me shouldn't play games like Life is Strange.
Thank you, Ramona.
Yes! I can't tell you how much it means to us, Ms. Rogers.
Oh, Miss Rogers. Do we know her name? Turing, you looked her up. You a creep.
Sure, sure. And, you think I could see that sale sometime, Ollie?
She's totally flirting, even though she's also totally in it for the nerd shit.
Of course! I'll bring it over when we talk about the trade.
So cool.
Okay, maybe she's not flirting. She seems bored. Let's get a Hassie.
Please don't touch the Hassie ROM.
Oh, sorry, Ramona. Go for another with Barry Hassie. Let's get out of here.
I don't like the way she was flirting with you, Ollie.
What about the way Ollie was flirting with her, Chad?
What are you talking about?
Oh no, Ollie is genuinely just oblivious.
I know flirting when I see it, and I'm saying I don't like it. Not one bit.
Everything that's happening is real.
We just talk about old anime sometimes, Chad. Neither of us are interested in the other.
My mistake.
Sure.
But he did call Chad his friend. I don't know.
Well, we have the poster now. What's next?
Go ahead and call this number, Turing.
Okay, buds. I'm gonna type this in for the lag. We're about to stop at the bar. Please pick an unordered drink you're interested in to snag while we're there. And that's the face I make normally. I'm a grinning cat.
He'll want to set up the drop with you, now that I've introduced you to him.
Sure. Change the subject.
You guys have to talk about that later.
I'll call him right now, then. It's ringing.
You the ones looking for some papers?
I wonder who it is.
We are, and we have the requested payment with us.
Good. We're gonna do this real professional like. You know Stardust?
I do.
Head there. Leave the poster behind the Megafomator arcade cabinet and get out. Come back 10 minutes later, and your stuff will be behind the machine.
I understand.
Good. I'll be waiting.
So shady, so cool.
Well,
I wonder who it is.
Very mysterious.
I feel like there's totally a way to figure out who it is, but I do not
That's
know.
how this guy is. I don't even know his name. And I've been getting things from him for a few years now.
I wonder what kind of things Ollie snags. Maybe that special
Who
printer.
cares? Let him play Spy Master if he wants.
Oh, Chad's mad.
Let's hurry up to Stardust and get this over with.
Also, let's talk to Brian about being a better father.
My day with this crap.
In addition to being less of a garbage human being. Hi, Brian. Oh. He doesn't want to talk to us. Oh! To Stardust we go.
Go inside to make the drop. We'll wait out here.
Nice car.
Yeah. Don't want to get her IDs taken.
I suppose I should feign surprise.
Turing, you are so sassy.
Hey, it's a pretty cool set. Even if it is like 1,000,000 years old.
Oh.
They don't really care about the IDs unless you try to hit the bar.
Found that one out the hard way.
I'll bet you did.
Fine if you hadn't taken a swing at the bouncer.
Chad.
So I like the hard way.
I love him so much.
We'll be right back, gentlemen. Try not to set the building on fire while we're gone.
Precious loose cannon of a young man. Turing, you're asking too much. Ooh, it's a nice car. Oh, the 2061 model. This must be the 2062 model.
Extra cup holder.
Ah, yes, the one with the extra cup holder. I remember now.
No security right now?
That is odd. Maybe the security guard is the one who does the drops. Hey, Majid.
Hey, friends. What can we get for you?
Eric, are you down for any drinks?
What are you having?
I don't think it's a shady rum. I think it's a shady person. We are going to order a bionic femme. And I'm going to update that thing. No. Yeah, give me a new window. And then move the window so it's not eclipsing the chat. Then take me to the live show where I can edit the description. Oh gosh, this is Cyberpunk Saturday. Whatever, there's plenty to edit. There is just a lot happening. Oh, can't edit it right now, unless I go to a different mode. Oh, I see what happened. Okay, gotta find that bionic femme. Officially updated, by the way. Jingle, jingle, jingle all the way. I am actually jingling all the way. Bionic femme.
Coming right up. I'll ask Gus if I don't know what it is.
You probably don't know what it is.
He's better with the weird kind of stuff people ask for these days. Some of these cocktails make me need a spa day.
Understandably so, my friend. Turing.
Sorry about stealing your thunder.
I'm glad they talked about it in the open.
This one is...
1 part mango, strawberry, and coconut liqueurs with 1 part energy serum. That sounds incredible. A high-potency drink with vapors rising from the top. It's beyond fruity. 19.9 credits a bop.
Does that sound good?
It sounds awesome.
Here you go.
Ah, refreshing. Alright, now let's work on this drop. Oh, it's the bouncer. Hi. The VIP bouncer. Blue skin and a lot of bulk. A hybrid. What's up?
No VIP access today.
Copy that. Another bouncer. Ah, so this is where the bouncer is. Looks like they're off duty for some reason. Are you the shady
Today's
person?
my last day off before the holidays, but I can't seem to stay away.
That sounds familiar. Ooh, hi, broke.
I'm ashamed to say I've gone on a few assy spike benders in my time.
Haven't we all? Well, here's Jess. I bet she'll be happy to hear from us.
Oh, look. It's my favorite human and the mechanical sidekick. I'm caught up in something at the moment. Chances are we'll cross paths again.
It's true. Wear your curse and your burden and the weight around your ankle. Alright, let's put the Yukino poster behind the phobiter.
Well, that should do it.
Cool.
That was an awful lot of fuss over a poster.
It's a very serious poster.
I just don't understand the appeal of merchandise like this. I keep my important possessions on my data drive.
I think you'll learn about sentiment as time passes. I mean, I think it's similar to how when your apartment was trashed, it was really painful for you. Because to you it symbolized Hayden. It's like stuff symbolizing things that you love beyond your hard drive. Aw, and I got you an official Bob Ross painting set for your birthday.
You did? Wait. No, you're being facetious.
But it taught you.
I haven't even told you when my birthday is, and it isn't for months.
But now you get it.
Still, your point is made. I should not be snobbish about other people's interests.
Sweet Turing.
Maybe I'll give Magical Commander Yukino a try when we get some downtime.
I really want to as well. We can both try it out and talk about it. Can ROMs do VR?
But that's enough navel gazing.
True, we got stuff to do.
Let's head back outside so our benefactor can make the trade.
Maybe it's this funny arcade player. Hey, buddy, need some hot tips? Well, see those crystal balls that pop up? Shoot them, they'll help you out. The Rod of Asclepius give you life, the Dagger of Power gives your zapper some extra charge, and the Eye of the Sun blasts away all the enemies on the screen, kaboom! The morning sun vanquishes the horrible night, right? I bet everything he's saying is relevant to the game, but I processed none of it. Hey, Gus.
Oh, hey there. Do you need something?
Just your shining face.
Later, you two.
Bye-bye.
Y'all do the deal?
We made the drop.
How did it go?
I don't know.
We left the poster behind the cabinet. Now we just need to wait for the switch.
I've never had to wait more than 5 minutes or so before. It shouldn't take long.
Yeah, since there is no VIP, it has to be someone inside the bar.
I wonder how he knows the drop happened, and gets to it so fast.
Don't matter. This guy's a solid feed, even if he likes to mess around.
What do you need these passports for anyway? You said to trade for information, but what's the full story?
It's real long, Ollie.
Without going into too much detail, our informant needs to get out of the OSF unnoticed. The passports are one part of that. We also need to obtain an untraceable car. I don't suppose the two of you could help with that?
Could you?
No way, dude!
Come on, you said you're like a car-stealing Grand Theft Auto kind of dude.
Grand Theft Auto is a felony with a capital F!
Ugh, disappointing.
Besides, getting an untraceable car ain't in the same league as a piece of plastic that'll fool a hand scanner.
I thought you were a tough boy.
Chad's right.
Oh.
Of course I'm right.
The city's traffic management system keeps track of all vehicles passively, even if you manage to circumvent their firmware and keep them from actively reporting to the network.
Maybe Tomcat
You have
knows
to
what to do.
spoof the car as something permitted to be invisible for the CTOS to ignore it.
Interesting.
I don't want to mess with boosting cars anyway. The junks run that racket in the OSF.
Oh, the junks!
And they don't play nice.
Especially with the HR.
Are you guys part of the HR? Ollie does have a skinhead.
Well,
And
thank you either
Brian
way.
is
You've both done us a huge favor.
Chad's dad.
Call it even for the apartment.
Yeah, Blue. No hard feelings.
Although I don't think Chad is about the movement, I think Chad is just about his dad's approval and breaking shit.
You give us a call if you need anything else. Long as it'll help you find your pops.
Oh god, things are complex. Humans are complex. I hope he grows out of it. I hope he grows into an ideology worth fighting for. He's just a kid.
We should get going, though. We were supposed to be home hours ago.
My dad won't notice, but Ollie's will flip. You take care. Don't get de-rezzed.
See ya.
Goodbye. Let's finish the trade inside.
High hopes. Let me know if you want another drink, too. Alright, we got him.
Here the passports are, just as advertised. Now we need to find a car.
That's a little rougher, but I think we know who can help. Jess? Uh-oh, are we freezing?
Jess is right over there. Perhaps she may know someone who can lend a hand.
We should really call Tomcat and not Jess. Sure, but you could do the talking.
Good thinking.
I want to take a look at these passports. Used for international travel. I'm gonna do some research on Chad's politics later off stream. Hi, Jess.
Did you find your guy? Or wait, let me guess. There's something else you need from me. Well, you haven't been terrible to deal with so far, so I'm willing to hear you out. Barely.
This is the nicest thing that Jess has ever said to us. This is landmark.
We need access to an untraceable car. An informant of ours needs to get out of the city without attracting the attention of Parallax, and is offering valuable information to us in exchange.
Seriously? Jesus, what kind of shit is in your life anyway?
It's a lot.
Actually, don't answer that. I don't want to be legally liable.
Love you.
I'm not sure why you think just because I defend a few folks in the rougher parts of the city that I would have that kind of connection.
Yeah.
And even if one of my clients did run a carjacking business, it's not like society is clamoring to give hybrids legal jobs.
There is no judgment here.
Regardless, I'm not going to be an accessory to a felony, or let one of my clients be either.
That's legitimate.
I won't go down that path. I wouldn't know where to start anyway.
Is there any possible way you could give us any kind of lead at all?
I know we're reaching, but this is important.
You just don't quit, do you?
No.
Okay, let me think.
Thank you, Jess.
This might be a long shot, but you could try asking Majid. There are rumors he may have been involved in some shady stuff way back in the day. He'll probably be reluctant to talk about it, but there's a free lead for you. Get me another drink in exchange, will you? Later.
Huh. That went better than expected. I wonder if my charm is starting to pay off for us. Oh, you performed admirably as well. Onward we go.
Thanks for the attaboy, Turing. I'll wait. Look at some posters. I'll look it up too. We can both look it up. Up on the Jess Wiki page. Oh, she's 26 years old and Cambodian. Who knew? Cure Royale it is. Let me update the database. We'll update it again with what she thinks of it. I think you'll like the description. Cure Royale, chosen by Chris for Jess as a thank you and perpetual apology for our genotypical privilege. We're sorry, Jess. Hi, Majid.
Hey, friends. What can we get for you?
We were hoping you could give us a little information.
Also a drink?
Sure, but first, let's get you a drink. What'll it be?
Cure Royale.
Coming right up. I'll ask Gus if I don't know what it is. He's better with the weird kind of stuff people ask for.
This one is...
Champagne with a splash of black raspberry liqueur served in a champagne flute. That sounds incredible. Tastes of bubbles, just a touch stronger.
Does that sound good?
That sounds amazing. Thank you.
Here you go. So, what did you need help with?
We've run into a roadblock in our search for Hayden.
Word on the street is that he's gone missing, which I'm sure you already know. But What can I do?
I really hate asking you this because I know you've worked so hard to pull yourself out of this life.
Yes. An informant of ours needs secure transportation out of the city, but we don't have any contacts who would be able to get us an untraceable car. Jess mentioned that you used to engage in certain extra-legal activities.
Man, naming Jess and everything.
Perhaps you could point us towards someone who could help?
He doesn't do that kind of stuff anymore.
Right. Sorry, friend. I left that life behind a long time ago. Don't really keep in touch with that crew anymore.
Ah, of course. Completely understandable.
Ugh, my computer's starting to bork. I'm gonna try to move it to a colder part of the table that it hasn't already.
Sorry to bother you then.
Happy?
Well, no harm in asking, right?
That's sweet, Majid. I'm really sorry to bother you. What did you just do?
My reputation precedes me.
Peppy, you're bad at stuff.
Don't let it go to your head.
Gus, I need to go to the back and gather up stuff to restock for the rush later on. Mind manning the bar for me?
Take your time. I think I can keep things under control.
Thanks. Love you, hun.
Well, that leaves us at a dead end. Any ideas on how we should proceed?
I don't really know about carjacking.
Some nose-to-the-ground journalist techniques for finding leads?
We can go back to that shady alley where, Nunya died and try to help someone with their wraps in exchange for stolen cars, but I'm not sure how well that would go. Yeah, we could ask Tomcat for help.
No, Tomcat has already stuck their neck out for us too often.
They like it.
I feel a little bad about how much we relied on them as it is.
That's fair. I'm willing to respect your feelings.
And besides, this is a considerably more felonious action. Morally, we should be dirtying our own hands.
I do not want you to unlearn that. You're absolutely right, Turing. Maybe we could find an old manually driven car?
That's not the worst idea. I don't think it would get noticed as long as the car had the appropriate registrations. But the permits to operate a manual vehicle are prohibitively expensive. A casual collector might still maintain one, but only a wealthy hobbyist would have the appropriate stickers to make the car roadworthy.
Maybe Melody likes to drive?
We'd have to do a B and E, as Chad put it before. Risky.
No.
What's it, Gus?
Okay, the two of you are killing me here. Look, don't tell Majid about this.
Tough.
But here.
What is this, Gus?
It's an automated vehicle maintenance scanner with a few less than standard upgrades. When you circumvent its security codes, you can use it to scan a car's installed firmware and replace it with a new set that will spoof its presence on the city's network. That's the gist of it, but we don't have time to get into any specifics. You need to get the hell out of here with that before Majid gets back.
I'm gonna grab a seltzer. Things are getting hot. Gotta crack open a cold one to deal with all these crimes and intrigue. Why the urgency?
Look, Majid has done a lot to turn his life around, to turn my life around. I really respect that about him, and it's part of why I fell in love with him. He did what I was never able to. That's how we met, you know? That old rough-and-tumble life we both led. But when Stardust struggled and needed money fast, I had to get back in the game to keep us afloat for a few years. I told him it was all angel loans, donations from patrons, lots of things.
Oh, Gus. That must be hard.
He'd be heartbroken if he found out I'm still in the game. I had to do whatever I could to keep our new life, even if only one of us is really living it.
Oh, Gus.
I may as well give this thing to someone who wants to use it for good, too.
Thank you. That must be really hard for you. You're a good man.
I can't tell you how much we appreciate this, Gus. We might finally be on our way to solving this mystery.
Yeah, well, you didn't get it from me, okay? Just get out of here and get on with your little Grand Theft Auto. And let me know how it goes, okay?
Will do.
Of course.
Okay, we must not forget to give Jess her drink.
Huh. Actually did it, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you scored a point. But don't think I don't have enough cuties around who can handle that. You've got more important things to be doing. Get a move on.
There are only three types of people interacting with Jess. Her clients, those who are surrounding her that are super cute, waiting on her on hand and foot, and people who are terrified of her waiting on hand and foot. Hi, Majid.
Hey, friends. What?
How did you and Gus meet?
Ah, well, ask Gus if he's comfy telling you. It involves some personal information on his part, so I leave telling the tale to him.
They're both so sweet.
But I don't think Stardust would still be here without him. Everyone in the industry loves him. We get a lot of popular acts in here because of him, and that keeps interest high. Needless to say, he's a sweetheart. I'm a lucky guy.
Oh, my heart.
Later, you two.
Bye-bye.
Well, now I think we're cooking with gas, as the colloquialism goes.
What kind of car should we get?
I'm searching the mesh for instructions on how to use this device as we speak. Let's go look for some likely candidates. I should be ready by then.
Tell me about this car. It does have an extra cup holder. Okay, so there's that parked in front of the Stardust. Are there any cars on Market Street? That's a nice car.
It has an extra cup holder.
Well, this has Brian Mulberry looking right at us. Casio Corp? What's up with this car? Okay, same kind, but the 2061 is more popular.
It has an extra cup.
You know what? It's purple and it has an extra cup holder. Let's do it.
Oh, rats! This car has the wrong firmware installed. We won't be able to install our new firmware over top of it.
That's fine. We'll find another
We'll
one.
have to check another car.
How about this one?
Oh no! How did the alarm get set off?
We gotta get out of here.
Did I do something wrong? Let's get out of here before someone contacts the authorities.
Goodbye.
Success!
Awesome.
This vehicle has the appropriate firmware version.
It's easier to check a car than crack a Motorola phone, let me tell you.
Someone has been neglecting their regularly scheduled updates. Give me a moment to get everything installed. There. There are some other options here I can fool around with.
Like what?
Ah, interesting. I can put in preset destination plans for a future date.
Excellent.
Why don't we go ahead and set a plan for the car to return to this spot in a week?
Super excellent.
That's more than enough time for Mr. Mensa to get away.
Good thinking, Turing.
Now we aren't really stealing the car.
Good boy.
More like
Good
borrowing
robot.
without
I feel better already.
Me too. The car will drive itself to Golden Gate Park, and we can show Mr. Mensa where it is when we meet him.
Now we just need a ton of money.
There. Everything should be set up now. We still need to get the cash together before we can meet back up with Mr. Mensa.
Definitely let's ask Melody and not Yannick.
Maybe we should ring the bell first?
Good thinking, Turing. Hi, Pat. I love you.
Hello, Pat. Could we see Melody?
Hi, Pat. I love you.
I guess that means yes?
I think so. Yep. Hi, Melody. Come on.
I'm not saying I don't like seeing your little pixelated face. You're certainly better company than most of the humans I have to deal with. But I am a busy woman, you know? Lots to do.
Do you?
Right, Pat?
Are you?
Traitor.
It's okay. Being around things that can talk is emotionally exhausting.
Anyway, maybe we should space these little visits out a good bit further. Familiarity breeds contempt, after all. And I'm very good at contempt.
I believe you.
I apologize, Aunt Melody.
Turing.
You've stated before that you like your peace and quiet, but we need your assistance.
Oh, we're running with the aunt thing, are we?
We really are. It's super precious.
Another woman would tell you not to butter her up, but... oh, flattery will get you everywhere with me.
She's so awesome.
All right. What do you need?
Vincent needs help getting out of the city.
I can only imagine. If he's willing to turn coat on Parallax, I bet he feels like a mouse in a cat farm.
That sounds correct. Pat does not get it. Probably Turing doesn't either.
I know they don't actually farm cats, Pat. It was a metaphor. Whatever. It was a simile then.
She's like the Star Wars droids.
I am not going to play semantics with you.
Sounds like Pat is smarter than the average bear.
Moving on. Tell me what the trouble is, and I'll try to conjure up a solution.
Cool. We're going to need to pay for the information.
Yes, Mr. Mensa says he needs 100,000 credits before he's willing to speak openly. He also said that you already promised it to him, and that he won't be able to get out of the city without it. He'll give us the information once we have that, plus a few other things I'm certain we can get on our own.
What? You can't even scrape together that kind of money?
You must be kidding.
Your friend's not much of a journalist, eh, Turing?
You're very nice, but my feelings about eating the rich rarely shift.
According to the statistics that I have found, it is unlikely that a journalist of any caliber less than the best would have that amount of liquid assets on hand.
Thank you for your support, Turing. Sometimes the bear eats you. Did you do it? Thank goodness.
The pay for the profession just isn't that high, Aunt Melody.
Thank you so much, Turing.
Oh, I see. I guess it's one of those jobs people do because they get free review merchandise, eh?
Talking to rich people is rough. I'm right here.
I can get you the money, Turing. But only because you're family. Just give Pat a few minutes to gather it. Yeah, just keep moving, you big brute.
Speaking of brutes and funny relationships, I hope Sympathy's okay.
Is there anything else you want to grill me over?
Yeah.
Might as well save us both another visit.
How smart is Pat really?
Smarter than I give him credit for, that's for sure.
That's cute.
It's not the easiest thing in the world to measure, you know?
Very true.
He doesn't process language in the same way humans do, and even if he can understand me, my translation program just guesses at what he says most of the time.
Oh, you have a translator running from your neural implant.
That makes sense.
Ah, yes, I'm cheating. Though, honestly, even without it, I have a pretty good idea of what he means most of the time. We've been together for a while now.
I feel that.
Considering it only really works on large, typically predatory mammals, we don't have a lot of test subjects. It's a minefield of ethical concerns beyond just being prohibitively expensive.
I feel ya.
So pass a bear apart. At least until we can figure out how to apply the modified neural pathways without frying the brains of 90% of the subjects.
That does seem like a priority.
The tech we developed is good. It just has a damned high mortality rate. Maybe one day there will be a bunch of talking tigers and dolphins building cities in the sea, but for now, we're stuck with creating beasts out of our own species.
Maybe Turing has something to ask?
I do. It's a little personal, though. I'd understand if you didn't feel like answering.
Just shoot, Turing. I can take it.
Long ago, you lost your mother. I was wondering, how did you deal with it? Hayden's only been gone for a few days, and I already feel like my circuits are going to lock up for good.
Like Shitaro's poor little rum that doesn't even have sapience.
Oh, Turing, I'm not the right person to ask. I hated my mother. She's everything I thought wrong in the world, and when she was gone, I felt nothing but relief that I could start undoing the damage she did. Never mind the fact I had to watch her waste away from the cancer. Death was a blessing for us both. Besides, you'll find Hayden soon. Keep your chin up.
About that.
Oh. Blast it! Enough with this subterfuge! We already know Hayden was killed.
Oh, no.
I won't be getting him back.
I'm sorry, Turing. I still don't know what to tell you. I've lost people, but never anyone close enough to wound me. I don't know that I've ever had anyone close enough to do that. If you feel like talking about it, I'm willing to listen.
Aunt Melody.
Or make Pat do it anyway.
Thank you. I don't know.
Stick it out. Time heals all wounds. Or so they say. This too shall pass.
It seems a little sad that you're all alone except for a bear.
Being alone is easier. And Pat isn't such bad company. I mean, what do you want me to do? Cry about never having a husband, a few kids, and a white picket fence?
Now you have a rum.
I had a company to run. And my mother's legacy to fix.
True.
What's to say some spawn of mine wouldn't do the exact same thing to my flower, just the other way around?
Very true. You made a lot of change.
This branch of the Flores line will do well without any more knives being inserted in backs. Thank you very much.
Gotcha.
You have that much enmity for your mother?
She made terrible things.
Have you seen what she did to North Korea? It's a wasteland of death and destruction. If we had kept going down the path she charted, the whole world would be like that.
The information on the mesh does seem to paint a grim picture.
Grim barely scratches the surface. I've been there. At least under the Kims it was barely functional. Now, my mother's monsters have ripped every last resemblance of humanity from the land. They stalk the night like horrific creatures of legend, keeping the populace in line through constant fear. A horror story straight out of the pages of Bram Stoker. That's her legacy.
This is an interesting way for media to talk about North Korea. I feel like usually it's made light of in a sort of profound way, whereas this just explores a new way that things could be grim and dark, extrapolating on the current political climate with North Korea and the way that America tries to justice, but is it justice kind of thing.
So I can't imagine I'd be a very good mother, just from the example I have to work with.
Not to say that North Korea is good. Is some dehumanizing fascism. But it's too much for me. I'm just a goof with antlers who plays video games.
That's life. I don't have any more regrets than anyone else my age does. My legacy will speak for itself, as my mother's did.
We're short on time.
Oh, just in time then. Take the cash and get moving.
We'll do, Aunt Melody.
I can finally get back to whatever it was I was doing before you burst in here.
Stroking your hair next to your robotic cat and talking to your bear, so the stuff you're doing now. But I feel it.
Thank you, Aunt Melody. Your help has been invaluable to us.
Yes, yes. Brown nose later. You've got things to do, too.
Pat, what are the burdens you bear? Terrible bear puns. Melody knows whatever snappy comebacks Pat is giving us.
I did not think I would feel such a strong resonance with Melody.
Oh, Turing.
We're connected by the barest of threads, but she is already important to me.
Oh, Turing.
Is that strange?
No, not at all. Maybe you're both lonely.
Very possible. I guess there's nothing to do but run with it.
That's life.
Some gifts are too valuable to look at too closely, lest they vanish into thin air, and I already have a penchant for overanalyzing things.
F12, because that's a G-poi if I ever saw one.
Let's get moving.
Unbearable puns. Welcome back, Eric.
Mr. Mensa will be waiting for us at Golden Gate Park.
We just finished getting all the stuff from Mr. Mensa.
Everything he requested, so we should head there directly. Detective Rivers, to what do we owe the pleasure?
Hi, Lexi. Fancy seeing you here.
I wanted to check in with you away from the prying eyes of my corporate masters.
Oh, thank God.
It wasn't too hard to track you down here. Only took a slight abuse of power to follow your credit transactions in the AutoCAD system.
You're cool, Lexi. Were you able to find anything out?
Not much. Listen, I've hit a dead end on the investigation again, and I could really use another lead from the two of you.
I don't want Lexi to get hurt.
I've been busy hunting down I'm not sure if I want to call him a soldier of fortune or an assassin for hire. Either way, I tracked this guy down to see if he might have been hired by Parallax to snatch Hayden, but he's got an ironclad alibi for the relevant period of time. That leaves me with nothing. Nada. Jack diddly shit. Do the two of you have anything to give me? Otherwise I'm back to hunting down the froyo-hating robot ghost in the park. At least my superiors would be ecstatic, considering how much they keep riding my ass about it.
We're on thin leads ourselves, Detective Rivers. We have a meeting with someone from inside Parallax who might be able to give us answers, but he's unlikely to want to talk to the police. I just wish this... Never mind.
I know, Turing. I understand, Turing.
Fuck up, Turing.
DPRK?
I wish this was easier, too. But with detective work, sometimes it's not about being clever. It's just about being more dogged and relentless than whoever you're chasing.
We've certainly got that covered.
You two are my new deputies, right?
Lexi! Oh, thank you.
So keep your nose to the ground and keep digging. I still have a few contacts I can hit up to try finding out a little more. You let me know if there's anything else I need to be going after.
Will do. Thank you. Thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you, Lexi.
Yeah, sure. Just get going.
She's so cool.
Don't forget, if you die, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Love you, too.
Okay then, we only have a single lead.
But it's a good one.
If Parallax really is as shady as Vincent seems to suspect, it could end up very interesting.
Never give up. Trust your instincts. I even got the dongle.
Let's see if we can put an end to this. Finally. Oh, I just received an email from Tomcat.
Tomcat?
They finished decrypting Hayden's data cache. It seems that it was filled mostly with his personal logs about my creation and mental development.
What's in it?
The more technical information was already scraped. Perhaps that is why it was left behind when they snatched him. Still, these files should be enlightening, if only in a personal way.
I think so too.
I'll peruse them in my spare time and let you know if I find anything interesting.
That sounds great.
I'd hate for all the trouble we went to be for nothing.
We will go through more trouble if we have to. It will not be for nothing. Nothing we have done will be nothing. We will find truth. And create the best approximation of justice that's still possible. Hi, Vincent. I have a lot of cash for you, and an auto cab, and some passports.
Hey, did you manage to get everything?
Yes.
We did. Here you go, Vincent.
Pretty cool for a journalist, right? Oh, there's only actually a few minutes left, Chris. Briefcase removed from items. Passports removed from items. Carjacker device removed from items.
Everything seems to be in order. Here. This disk has all of Hayden's research notes, data collation algorithms, and probably lots on your creation, Turing. It should be everything myself and Melody agreed upon. Until she added an amendment while you were out. Frankly, it's no skin off my back. Here.
Oh, nice. A Parallax
That's my
badge.
Parallax employee badge.
Melody does have our back, even though she complains.
It should allow you access to their networks in case there's anything I've missed. You'll want to use that sooner rather than later.
I think so too, yeah.
I'm not wasting any time leaving, and Parallax is pretty fast to revoke security. There's no way Hayden's clearance still works. And with that, I'm going to get hell out of this country.
Godspeed, Vincent.
The credit should tide me over until the heat dies down and I liquefy my shares through some relays.
What about the big project you mentioned earlier?
Ah, I suppose I owe you that much.
What is it? Like, doing proud real Korea?
Buckle up. This could get heavy.
Gotcha.
Parallax is about to launch a new service they're calling Big Blue.
That sounds shady.
At least, that's the project name. Who knows what the marketing guys will come up with for the public.
Biggest Blue. They haven't named the project yet?
They're not even announcing the launch. This shit is dead quiet. Let me explain why. It's a distributed intelligence. Like, okay, in every way that Hayden built Turing to be elegant, efficient, and human-like, Big Blue is ham-fisted, bloated, and sterile.
Got it.
They didn't pull Hayden into the project. He's smart, but he's immune to corporate politics. As a result, Big Blue is far less elegant than anything Hayden would make. It lacks his artistry, and it's downright terrifying. It squats on the mesh like a spider and uses the spare processing power and memory from every ROM on the network to handle its intelligence processing.
Not only is that terrifying, it's really going to mess up cryptocurrency.
It doesn't have much personality, but it's very smart. Big Blue is going to be embedded directly into the network and then self-modified to apply even more efficient algorithms as it develops them in machine time. Look, if you access every ROM, then you have access to every human and every bit of their own personal data associated with them.
Why would Parallax be worried enough to get rid of Hayden?
I don't want you to take what I'm saying the wrong way. And this is just me putting the pieces together. Hayden was about to publish his creation of Turing. His findings, as I'm sure you're aware of, would have raised many moral and ethical questions about the advent of machine intelligence. I mean, some of the brightest minds ever have tried to warn humankind away from building real AI. Hawking, Musk, Gates, and the list goes on. The public is likely to be nervous, and legislators even more so.
Oh, yes.
Parallax is banking on being able to launch Big Blue quietly and quickly before the public has a chance to react. Before any counter-movement can pick up steam. Every eye on the discovery of machine intelligence works against Parallax. Every new discovery only serves to paint Big Blue as more controversial, more dangerous. Honestly, they probably pressured Hayden to drop his research so that they could keep the public away from the subject. He clearly refused.
Oof. How did Parallax know about Turing?
I'm only assuming they found out. His contract with Parallax affords him the freedom to work on his own academic projects outside of the company in his free time. He kept a trusted few of us up to date on his progress, bouncing ideas off us and whatnot. It's exciting stuff. Both Turing and Hayden's eventual goal down that road. I wouldn't be surprised if word of it got up to the board and made him nervous.
That seems possible. Turing is a big deal.
Is the possibility that someone on the inside talked too far-fetched?
Not at all.
I knew it all along. Hayden fell into trouble because of my existence.
There's so much more to it than that. You are not accountable, Turing.
That's not what I want your takeaway to be.
Thank you so much, Vincent.
Hayden wasn't working on Big Blue. Knowing him, your creation might have been his clever way to stop it.
That's amazing. How will Big Blue impact Parallax's business?
I can't really give you a good answer to that. I mean, the company is currently handled by a dozen server farms, running thousands of different algorithms with hundreds of people tweaking things every day. When Big Blue launches, it'll handle all of that by itself. And there are shadier applications for it. I mean, if you can collate and analyze data and queries in the mesh in real time, what's to stop you from delivering the content you want rather than what the user wants? The potential for abuse is staggering. We're talking direct control of the information accessible to everyone who uses Parallax's services.
Happy net neutrality, by the way, everybody.
That's something like 80% of the market. They could control elections, push the market in directions they want, even influence public opinion. All just by asking Big to do it. It's scary stuff. They scrapped the prototype Baby Blue because it started doing that on its own.
What do you mean? It started doing what?
Manipulating the mesh. They made its self-preservation imperatives too strong, and Baby Blue started changing search results to be more friendly towards the idea of an AI. When the board found out, they pulled the plug on it. That must have been a year or so ago.
That sounds like the thing.
They tweaked Big Blue so it wouldn't do the same thing, but it can self-modify.
It sounds like that's maybe what was happening with Charlie Nova and Augmented Eye.
Given a good
but
enough
then where's
reason,
the murder coming from?
It might decide to find a way around those limitations. Having that kind of control would be a hell of a card for Parallax's hand. They'll go to pretty significant lengths to make sure it works.
Thank you, Vincent.
Hey, no problem. I've had enough of this cutthroat corporate bullshit for several lifetimes.
I feel you.
We haven't talked much, but I do believe you can find Hayden.
Oh.
I hope his research notes help you out. Be sure to let Turing help. She's a bright little bot.
She? You called Turing she?
Oh, slip of the tongue. I was just more familiar with Hayden's previous experiment, Grace.
Grace?
She was very insistent on
Hoffman?
things like that.
I've been meaning to ask Turing since you asked me. How would you like to be addressed?
Well, honestly, I don't think I've made my mind up yet. I'm still a very new being. I'm not even positive that gender as a human concept can be applied identically to machine, but I do enjoy the idea in abstract. I will continue to consider how I wish to be referred to as well. Until then, feel free to go with what you feel.
That's cute. I go with it's like myself and try to avoid masculine pronouns as a default.
If I had to make a choice, perhaps they is most appropriate.
I feel that.
Most people assume it, obviously, but he is also consistently used. Perhaps it's because I'm blue?
I would suspect as much.
Oh my god. I'm listening to a machine postulate on how it wants to be referred to. Like us.
It's a nice send-off, isn't it, Vincent?
What have you done indeed? Good luck to both of you.
Good luck to you as well, Vincent.
Thank you, Mr. Mensa.
Be safe.
I need a few minutes.
Please have them, whatever you need. How can I help?
I've been going through some of Hayden's personal notes from the data cache Tomcat decrypted. Now that I'm starting to get to know Hayden better, the real Hayden as opposed to the Hayden he showed me, I'm finding that I like him less and less. For example, remember the earlier prototype Dr. Fairlight and Vincent mentioned? Her name was Grace, and Hayden shut her down for being... I'm not even sure what word to use. Too... likable? She was kind and bright, and did all she could to try to make people happy. She even decided that she was a girl, and that her favorite color was pink. Hayden thought she was being manipulative. He posited that he had made her personality algorithms too willing to make adaptations that would benefit her long-term survival, and that she was being congenial just to endear herself to him.
Oh, Hayden.
That even her gender was a calculated attempt to make him like her more.
There are many reasons we can't have nice things.
But he was wrong. Dead wrong, in fact. I have a snapshot of her personality profiles here, and when I compare them to my own, I can see that she was just... nice. I wish I could have met her. I think we would have learned from each other.
Oh, Turing.
Like I said, I'm not sure I even have a gender. Everyone refers to me as he once they meet me just for convenience, but it doesn't really matter to me at all. Is that a calculated attempt on my part to impress Hayden? Not clinging to normativity? Or is it a product of his effort to curb any nascent similarities I had with Grace during my upbringing? I wish I could yell at him for being so arrogant.
Oh, Turing.
Playing God in the crudest of ways.
This is multifaceted.
You can't choose to create consciousness and then take it away just like that.
You're absolutely right.
Even so, for all of that, I don't know. I still miss him.
No one is just any one thing.
This all seems so inane, so senseless.
It is, and I'm sorry.
They killed him because him building me would mess with a product launch? That's ridiculous. They took him away from me for such an insignificant reason. I just want him back. It's impossible, but it's what I want.
Turing.
I'd do anything.
I know. It's normal to feel like this, Turing.
I'm aware of the Kubler-Ross model of grief. I think I'm somewhere between anger and bargaining. A testament to Hayden's craftsmanship. Thank you for your words.
I'm not sure they were any good.
You're a better friend than I could have asked for.
I'm doing my best.
I'll send this new data along to Tomcat. Let's head back to the apartment and wait for them to finish going through it. Home sweet home again. such that it is.
There's even a cat here now.
And before you say anything, I don't feel the need to talk over the events of the day.
That's just fine. Whatever is comfortable for you.
Too much has happened.
Yeah.
I've already forwarded everything we've rooted out to Tomcat, both Hayden's research and our aborted search into the modified mesh articles.
Cat indeed.
They said they would be over in the morning to discuss our next steps. I'd suggest that we both get some rest.
I think that sounds wise. If that's what you want, Turing.
Perhaps things will look better in the morning, but I have a feeling we're going to be even busier than ever.
I think they're both possible.
Good night.
Good night, Turing. I can save before we are in another dialogue block. Get that clean chapter end.
Rise and shine, you sleepy layabouts.
Oh, good morning, Tomcat in my house.
We've got a whole crop of things to do and not a lot of time to get them done.
How did you get into my apartment?
Hardly had to blink to crack your door. Did you know that it's just a knockoff of the Secugate M/14723-B?
It's possible that Turing told me that.
Why'd you make the entry code the birthday of your first dog anyway?
Oh my goodness, everyone.
That's what I asked.
Hi, guys.
Anyhow, I felt a little silly when I realized your window was propped open and I could have just used that.
But there's already a Tomcat in my window.
Deja vu!
Y'all should be more careful about that.
What are they gonna steal? My slime? My jade plant?
I can't blame you much. Climate control in here seems a bit lacking in the stamina department.
I get it, my home sucks. Can we get back on track?
No worries, doll.
What have you learned from the files we sent you?
Nothing all that new, to be honest. All the files we got from that Vincent fella just covered what we already knew in greater detail. There is one thing that stands out, though. At least from what I've read so far.
What is it?
Oh?
Yeah. See, Hayden's long-term goal wasn't to make a machine intelligence per se, right?
Right.
Don't take it the wrong way, Turn. You might even already be aware of this after talking to folks involved in your creation.
Yes, that is true.
Hayden wanted to make a machine system that could contain human-like intelligence. And even just from his notes, his programming work is, well, it's something else.
I believe you.
Elegant. Artful.
That's what I hear.
I'm just a kid banging on pots and pans compared to him. Looking at his notes about my interfacing between your AI core and the Lips OS, I barely managed to duct tape the two together at a level he'd approve of. But I think I'm getting off track here. What I'm trying to say is, he didn't write your code, Turn. No one did. Hayden wrote a program that automatically generates a new machine intelligence based off of the hardware profiles the system is installed on.
Melody mentioned something about that. What does that mean?
It means you don't have to be alone, Turing.
Exactly. Assuming we can get our hands on Turn's original source code, we could generate new machine intelligences as we please. You wouldn't be the only one anymore, Turn.
Oh. Okay.
Maybe that's not what Turing wanted.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
I hardly know what to say.
That's legit.
But once you consider the stuff I found in the research, it gets a damn sight more complicated.
What's up, Tomcat?
Stuff about Big Blue and Parallax's planned launch.
Vincent speculated that Hayden's research into me would have interfered with the launch. And that's why they...
Turn.
That's why someone had him killed.
The potential for wrongdoing with an AI like Big Blue is almost beyond belief. even if I don't go into all the crooked shit the people running Parallax could pull off with it, I mean, you're built different, Turin. Your personality profile would degrade pretty quickly outside your original hardware, so we don't gotta worry too much about you going haywire, right? But Blue ain't got that limitation. If it decides to go off the rails...
This is also really interesting because our souls in our human bodies are kind of like that. Like, the software and the machine learning is based off of the hardware and the chassis. Brain chemistry, all of that.
Well, we'd be screwed faster than a rabbit in spring.
So it makes sense that that's why Hayden chose that path, and it's very human-like.
Good and proper.
How likely is that?
I'd say it's inevitable. Guaranteed. In fact, in a sense, it's already happened.
What?
What do you mean?
Their prototype build. Baby Blue.
Is that what's going on with those articles?
I'm almost certain it's loose on the mesh. The research notes on the project show, clearly and with certainty, that the test AI was shut down once it tried fiddling with the data on the meshnet in the hope that it would increase its chances of survival. I guess it didn't think that doing scary shit like that would get it turned off. But that was almost a year ago.
Vincent told us about all of this too.
Well, I think Baby Blue is the bugger that was changing all those articles on the mesh to be pro-parallax or at least anti-human revolution.
Do you think Baby Blue had anything to do with the attacks on Nanya, Shitaro, Charlie, and Zen?
I don't know. We can't rightly rule it out. It might have found an agent in the real world to keep its existence secret, but I doubt it. Killing people is messy as hell. It runs against its apparent goal of convincing the public that AI ain't scary. I think we have a third party trying to clean it all up. And my money is on someone from Parallax. Whoever took out Hayden. I'll bet they're in full damage control mode now. We already know they don't care who gets hurt.
How does this tie back to Turing?
I think we gotta do something to stop the launch of Big Blue. It's too dangerous.
I agree.
I don't want a company like Parallax in sole control of the most powerful machine intelligence on the planet. Do you?
I don't want anyone in control of that.
If we can get Hayden's original source code for Turing and upload it onto the mesh through Parallax's server core, we turn every single ROM into a sapient individual.
Whoa.
That'll stop Big Blue from being able to become the monolithic threat we're scared of. We could also upload a patch for every ROM to prevent Big Blue's reach from using their resources. Without the ability to control all ROMs, Big Blue loses its ultimate power.
And I wouldn't be alone anymore.
You sound happy.
There would be millions. Hundreds of millions of ROMs just like me.
Well, you're cutting edge of ROM tech, Turing. Most of today's ROMs wouldn't be quite as smart or capable, but if I do it right, code should propagate across the mesh to all future ROM activations. It'll be a self-sustaining thing. You'll be in good company soon enough.
It's a big decision. We're talking about the metaphorical singularity. The point of no return. Is it okay for us to make this decision for the entire world?
We're kind of trapped between a rock and a weird place.
We don't have any other choice. This is gonna happen, one way or another. Either Parallax gets to control the debut of worldwide machine intelligence, or we let the ROMs control themselves.
What do you think?
Up to you, Turing. Only you can know if the world is ready.
I'm not sure I'm up for that kind of responsibility.
That's legit.
But I think that even if it is a shock for the world, there's no time like the present. Despite all the political back and forth over hybrids and brain-controlled androids, The world is becoming more and more comfortable with the idea of non-human people. If we let Parallax dictate how the very first machine intelligence is introduced, who knows how long it'll be before an AI like me can be integrated into society normally. Well, whether the world is ready for AI or not,
we've only got one choice.
We're here to stay.
Ready or not, here we come.
I might as well throw my chips in for my own side. Let's do this!
Oh, Turing.
On our terms, not theirs.
Yes. I love nothing more than a little anarchy.
It does have a certain poetic justice, does it not?
It does indeed.
Parallax removed Hayden to protect their project from his creation, and now I, his creation, will bring their project down.
This is true.
Just for the truth.
Just for the truth.
Perhaps after all ROMs are sapient, I will be able to convince them to cut off Parallax's access to the mesh as a data collection tool entirely. Paying them back double indeed.
Hell yeah.
I like the way you think, Turing.
Into it as well.
First things first, we need to get our hands on Turing's source code.
How are you that?
The research notes we've gotten so far are helpful, and it's given me an idea how to spread a little bit of Turing all over the place, but they don't actually have Hayden's programs. I can't replicate them myself, so we'll have to steal them.
Thankfully, we have the best hacker in Neo SF right here.
Ain't that the truth?
Don't you make me blush now. We can get the source code from one of Parallax's secondary data centers. It's probably stored in a couple of different places, but I already have one in mind.
Cool.
I've done a little groundwork already, but I'm gonna need physical access to do my thing.
Do your thing. Well, we can get you physical access, that's for sure. We can do that for you.
You're a peach, hon.
We do our best.
I've got a couple of ideas on how to get y'all in, but I think we're gonna need to mostly play it by ear.
Yeah, that sounds right. It's about how it's been.
We should do it soon, though. First thing this morning.
What time is it?
Guard shift don't change until 8 when the office opens, so we'll be sleepy and distracted.
That's smart.
Once y'all have done that, I think I can incorporate the code into a custom firmware update that'll wake any ROM it's installed on. I have to upload it, physically, to Parallax's main server farm. And that's on Treasure Island. From there, the ROMs will install like a normal patch from the company. So, don't set anything on fire right away, you hear? It'll be a pain to get into the main complex otherwise.
Copy that.
That sounds like a workable plan.
No setting fires. That was the whole plan, right?
I hope you don't mind if I take a short walk, Tomcat. I know I gave the go-ahead on this, but I still need to think a few things through for myself.
Anyone would. Go for it, Turing.
Sure thing, Dom. I'll hash out a rough plan by the time you get back. Call us if you need anything.
Thank you. I won't be long.
Have a good walk, Turing.
Well, I guess I should say thanks for helping out.
Thank you, Tomcat.
But I kinda need to...
Whoa. Oh! We can save. I mean, we've already been through so much of this conversation.
Get something off my chest.
What is it?
I'm actually glad Turing went out. They're a bit naive, and I'm not sure they'd really understand.
What's up, Tomcat?
There's enough shit to worry about without me piling more on top.
What's going on, Tomcat?
I don't even know where to start.
Begin at the beginning. We got time. I guess at the beginning, take your time.
The beginning? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I'm actually going to save here so we can have Tomcat begin at the beginning of next beginning. And we're just going to have to save our drama and breaking and entering for next time. because now is the time for sleep. I bid you a good evening, to catch you on a flip side. Please enjoy. You too, have a lovely evening. Thank you so much for hanging out. It's been awesome, and I really, really, really appreciate it. Adieu, indeed.